Testicle.
Talk sports after hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station. Evan Roberts. Tiki Barber. It's Evan and Tiki on WFAN, The Fan, 101.9 FM, and always live on the free Odyssey app.
Welcome to Friday. Sans Tiki. It's Evan and Tiki. Tiki taking a little, let's be honest, he's going to Pound Town. That's what Tiki's doing
Is
today.
that what he's doing?
Yeah. But why not? I think he celebrated his anniversary last weekend. He was asked to work on his anniversary. So Tiki's making up for it on a Friday. God bless him.
So just to reiterate, a minute into the show, your lead right now is Tiki's going to Pound Town.
Well, I wanted to explain why he wasn't here. Like, I heard Gio this morning explain Boomer's playing golf on a beautiful day. It's a great reason. It's the summer. So I wanted to give an honest answer and reason for why the great Tiki Barber isn't here. I think it's a relatable thing. Him and his wife, Pound Town.
Yeah. I mean, specifically between 10 a.m. and 2 p.m., apparently.
Just letting you know. By the way, happy anniversary. Today is the 3-year anniversary of Evan and Tiki. And later on in the program, we'll play a game to see how much Shaun knows about the history of this show.
Nice.
And also listen to some of the horrible and great moments of this show's history. Got a lot to do. A prominent Yankee was put on the spot this week on who the king of New York is. Jalen Brunson or Aaron Judge will guess and take a listen to that guy's answer. Is Bryce Harper a misunderstood gentleman or a giant douche? We'll answer that question a little bit later on and obviously get you set for a baseball weekend. The Dodgers in town after they visit the White House and the New York Yankees going down I-95 to take on the Philadelphia Phillies. But let's start with football because last night or late afternoon, the Giant fan received some good news and I'm surprised by it, I must admit, because it never felt positive that Malik Nabers was going to be ready for either the start of the season or even the first few weeks of the season. And while the jury is still out, we've gotten a piece of positive news as we enter training camp. He is not starting the year on the PUP list.
I mean, how exciting is this? How exciting is this, Evan? Because, first of all, what it tells me right off the bat is when this regime, if you don't want to call it new because Joe Shane's here or not, when this regime now speaks, led by John Harbaugh, maybe we should listen. Because it was just on Dominique Foxworth's show last week that John Harbaugh said he's going to be right behind Scat. And it was just, a month ago that we heard from Joe Shane on whatever show he was on where he said, no, I still like his chances for week one. And every step along the way, we were like, these guys are just, they're slow playing this. They're slow playing this. He's going to be out until October. He's going to be out until November. And at the very least, this doesn't mean he's going to start on opening day. It doesn't mean he's even going to be ready at week 2. But they think it's at least probably 50-50, if not more, that he is out there for week 1. And I don't know how you don't take this as anything but enormously positive news for the 2026 New York Giants.
I looked at it when we brought this up a few months ago when there was negativity around Malik Nabers because I think he needed a second procedure, and that was the scary part.
The scar tissue. The
scar tissue issue. I looked at it and said, if he can come back and only miss the first 4 or 5 games, that'd be a great victory. Mm-hmm. And I kind of stand by that. Like, yes, week 1 symbolically would be great. Sunday night football, week 1, the beginning of the Harbaugh era.
Bum, 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 bum.
But I think the reality is it's about this not being disastrous. And so if he's ready to go week 2, week 3, week 4, week 5, kind of within that window, I think it would be a great victory. And the part about Nabers that's kind of tough to wrap your head around, because there's a few things about him that you forget. A, he is still ridiculously young. Yeah. He's 23 years old.
Well, 22, he turns 23 on report day next week.
Well, that's why he's 23 years old.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
No, he's not.
It's the age of the season you're about to have.
Let's not deter this.
I am very consistent about this when it comes to baseball free agents, where I'm like, this is his age 31 season. So don't play this game. Report date. When's report date, Shaun?
Wednesday.
Okay, so Wednesday. So he's going to be 23 years old on Wednesday. Why would I sit here and call him a 22-year-old? What's the point?
He'll be 23 on opening day.
Stop it. He's 23 years old this season, which either way is insanely young. The other thing we forget, and I almost had to fact check myself by going on Pro Football Reference, he hasn't played with Jaxson Dart yet.
Well, he has.
No, he hasn't.
He played a quarter.
That doesn't doesn't count.
Hold on.
Look at you with the semantics.
You're the semantic guy. He's not 23 yet. He's 23. He hasn't played with Jaxson Dart. He has quite literally. He got hurt on a pass thrown by Jaxson Dart.
He played a quarter with Jaxson Dart. That does not qualify as playing with Jaxson Dart.
We need to get this train on the tracks today, Evan.
You need to play a game to qualify playing with Jaxson Dart. A quarter does not count. So let me get this straight in the first 5 minutes of the show, just so you understand.
Yeah.
He's 23 years old,
okay,
even if technically he's 22. He has not played with Jaxson Dart, even if technically he played a quarter with him. He hasn't played with Jaxson Dart, bro. He hasn't. And that's unbelievable to me, because when you think about the future of this football team and the possibilities of how good they can be this year and beyond, two of the guys that are going to be a huge part of it is certainly the quarterback and the number one wide receiver, and they haven't yet had the opportunity to develop that chemistry that we're all dreaming about.
Yeah, it's pretty easy to develop chemistry when a guy is an otherworldly receiver, though, Evan. So I don't know if you're hinting at like that as a concern, but either way, it's a good thing.
What's wrong with you today? I'm not hinting at anything. I'm merely describing the excitement of.
Okay.
You're looking for me to hate. You're thinking I'm Craig and I'm going to take shots at it. There is no negative tint. I'm literally saying they haven't played yet. It's actually exciting that these two young players haven't played together yet.
All right.
Stop looking for a negative tint. If I'm going to be negative, I'll say something.
All right.
I honestly don't have anything negative to say about the Giants.
Well,
right now, I don't. I will eventually.
Clip that, Alex. So, this reminds me of this week. You know me. I like to bring everything to the Yankees. Up until this week, we had never seen Max Fried and Garrett Cole.
That's a fine comp. I agree. It's a fine comp.
So, and that was really exciting this week. And I'm with you. And I think what excites me the most right now is that, first of all, we want this to be a very positive feel over the next 5 weeks, 6 weeks, whatever it is to build up to opening day. At least I feel that way as a Giant fan. I mentioned a couple days ago when we saw the Harbaugh speech, and it's like, wow, training camp starting. This is for real. I almost want to throw up because everybody's so positive. I said this. This takes off one of those negative things, because my concern already for the next 6 weeks was that training camp was going to be one giant, for lack of a better term, one giant, well, when is Malik Nabers coming off the PUP list?
That would have been a big question, yeah.
And it would have been something that kept going on and on and on through the summer. So to eliminate that before the team is even taken the field, I think only just kind of further puts through the positivity, but also talking about the idea of Jaxson Dart and the offense and chemistry, like you said, what got lost in last year and what was a lot of losses last year were that the Giants lost a lot of games for a million reasons. And Tiki broke down the Bronco game, but a lot of it was, you know what, they couldn't stop the run. The thing that got hidden in there was the fact that with this quarterback and without Malik Nabers, the Giants' offense looked the best that it had in what felt like 5 years. They were scoring on opening drives. And the fact that Jaxson Dart was able to do that without a number one wide receiver, and now knowing that this number one wide receiver, as of right now, looks like, man, I mean, we're trending in a way where it would be a disappointment if he didn't play in any of the first 3 games, because otherwise, why wouldn't he be on the PUP list? I mean, the sky now becomes the limit for your mentality on what this Giant offense could be.
See, that's what I wanted to get to as well, because I will ask you to get in the weeds briefly for us. Because when the news comes out last night that he's not starting the year on the PUP list, I think a lot of reactions are, okay, well, what does that mean?
Yeah.
Because he's not starting the year on the PUP list, it doesn't mean he's locked in to play week 1, but what does it mean? That we'll see him significantly early in this season?
Okay, so there's a game aspect in this and a practice aspect to it. First, the game aspect to it. If you were to start the season on the PUP list, first of all, this should go first. The Giants could have put him on the PUP list, the PUP list, to start training camp. Andrew Thomas started last year on the PUP list, but was removed during training camp and still played. That's important because you cannot practice with the team in any way, shape, or fashion if you're on the PUP list. You can only do so when they open up that window to start practicing when you remove yourself. The Giants did that with Thomas. So for them to take him off now, it tells you that they think pretty fairly early on, or at least they can control how much work he does on the field with the team or in individual drills without any of that. As far as the games go, he now cannot start the season on the PUP list. Like, they can't retroactively go back. Like, he's off.
So he will not go on the PUP list. That by not putting him on to begin camp, they can't then put him on it later.
You can't this is a starting camp thing. You can't retroactively do this.
So it's clearly showing you that they have a belief he's going to be ready significantly early in the season.
Exactly. And the way it works now, it used to be 6 weeks. The rules have since changed. The rules now are, if you start the regular season on the PUP list, you never get removed through training camp. You were out a minimum of the first 4 games of the regular season. I did a double check on this. 4 games.
Right.
If you think that Malik Nabers, in your mind, if you're the Giants, and you've watched him at this point entering July 24th, if you think there's a chance he can't play in any of the first 4 games. He's starting the season on the PUP list. So that would eliminate the idea of we're not going to see him till October.
Right.
We're not going to see him till November. Could he have a setback? Of course he can. But then that's when IR comes into play and all that other stuff. They think Malik Nabers is playing September football. That's what this tells you.
No, and that's what's exciting about it. And there is no negative, even though you think I'm looking for one. I don't know when you're going to realize this, because I know this is weird for you. Maybe it's because I'm a Jet fan. Maybe that's what it is. I don't have negative things to say about the Giants right now. Now, will that change at some point? Of course, it's football. Start the year 1-5, I'll rip the crap out of them.
Yeah.
Start the year 0-1, I'll rip the crap out of them. Make decisions in training camp. I disagree. I'll obviously rip the crap out of them. I go into training camp as an IFO in regards to the Giants with a lot of excitement and a lot of confidence. So when I talk about the return of Malik Nabers and the news about Malik Nabers yesterday, there is no troll coming. Like, it's great news. It did get me thinking, though, in relation to the Giants and the Jets, too. I bring the Jets into the conversation. Why not? Who are the guys? Because you know there's going to be injuries in training camp. Like,
Yes.
I love training camp because it means football's close. But the negative thing about camp is guys are going to get hurt. And there's going to be a big injury that none of us see coming. So I actually made a list for my football team, the New York Jets. Like the guys who I kind of rank in terms of importance of being healthy and being on the field.
How deep you going with this list?
I only went 5 deep.
All right,
it's not
that's
quite a Cinco, but I didn't want to go 1 through 52
Yeah,
or
I
1
got
through
you.
53 or 1 through 70. And the Jet list is weird. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why right off the top. I battle between development and winning.
Okay.
Because I want the Jets to win this season. Like, even if my confidence level is very low, and I said on the air the other day that my gut tells me this is a 4-win team, I want to be wrong. I don't want to watch a 4-win team. I want to watch a 10-win team. I want them to make the postseason. I'm not thinking about draft picks. I'm just giving you my honest prediction. So if it's about winning, the guy who has to be number one on the list for the Jets is the quarterback. Like, it has to be. Because even though I may not be in love with Geno Smith or confident in Geno Smith, the quarterback room behind Geno Smith is either filled with major questions or badness. Like, Brady Cook showed us last year, he's bad. Like, we're all excited about Cade Klubnik, but that's a major, major question. Nobody in their right mind could expect Klubnik to step in immediately or early on and be the quarterback of this team. If the Jets have any hope of winning games, which I hope they do.
Right.
Again, a prediction is far different than what you're hoping for. Then it has to be the quarterback. But when it comes to the development of this team, it's going to be David Bailey. Like, they just used a top pick on this kid. The expectation is for him to be a superstar. That's what happens when you're taking this high number 2 overall.
And pass on Arvell Reese for him.
Sure. Look, anytime you make a decision at 2, you're deciding between multiple players. And in the case of Bailey versus Reese, it was a debate right up until draft day.
Yep.
And I pointed this out at the draft, even though Tiki laughed at me. The fact that he went to the Giants, it adds a little bit of pressure.
Yeah, for sure.
Because I'm watching him. I'm watching Arvell Reese all the time, as opposed to another guy that my team passes on who I'll merely see highlights of. So when it comes to winning games in 2026, I already skipped the year. Sorry about that. In 2026, it's got to be the quarterback, especially because the quarterback room is so mediocre, which bothers me because I thought the Jets needed to add another veteran quarterback in case something goes wrong with Geno Smith.
Yeah, this isn't the Arizona Cardinals where if Jacoby Brissett gets hurt, you still have Gardner Minshew.
No, it's Bailey Zappi.
Yeah, by the way, you know how I know Gardner Minshew's on the Cardinals?
Because we played New Team Who Dis yesterday.
Yes.
By the way, can you put my board up? Thank you, because I need to play New Team Who Dis.
WO Hotkeys will be with you.
There you go.
New Team Who Dis.
Thank you very much.
New Team Who Dis. New Team Who Dis.
Now, Alex, this one's
New Team
extremely
Who
long.
Dis.
What's that? You want him to lower it?
Yeah, I have to put that fade down there.
All right.
You get a little too happy.
Yes, you knew that Gardner Minshew was on the Arizona Cardinals, and the Jet backup quarterback is whom, Sean?
Bailey Zappi?
Exactly. Well, Bailey Zappi, Brady Cook, Cade Klubnik, take your pick. When it comes to excitement, it's David Bailey. And then the other guy I put very high on the list, and it's not just the success of the team, but it's also, I would start to get concerned that the player's injury prone, is Garrett Wilson. Because in the first 3 years of Garrett's career, he didn't miss a game. Last year, he missed a big chunk of time. I thought at the end of the year, they just made a business decision. But if Garrett Wilson had a second straight injury-prone season, much like if Malik Nabers for you guys had a second straight injury-prone season, it's not just the results. There would be concern about what happens on the field. And then the other guy that's very high on my list is Minkah Fitzpatrick, who I think is going to have to be a huge leader in that Jet secondary.
Yeah, I think those are all complete. You almost forget, by the way, that should have been a New Team Who Dis yesterday. Minkah Fitzpatrick.
You would have forgotten that Minkah Fitzpatrick's a Jet?
I wouldn't have, but much like Jalen Waddle.
You're just stupid.
I bet you people in other markets, if you played a new team who just with Minka Fitzpatrick, you'd be like, where did he go?
Yeah, but that's different.
Yeah.
I mean, if I'm asking somebody in San Diego.
But when you talk about the talent that's been lost off the Jet defense in recent years, Quinnen Williams, Sauce Gardner, so Minka Fitzpatrick's a really big deal.
He needs to be healthy.
Needs to be healthy.
And by the way, that's just, I think when it comes to football, you could always start with the left tackle. And so Olu Fashanu is another guy I would bring up.
No doubt.
But I hate to say it because I know a lot of us aren't that high on Geno Smith, and maybe we disagreed with the decision to acquire him. Because of the drop-off in the quarterback room after Geno, when it comes to the success this season, and I know you could always pick the quarterback with every team.
Yeah.
You'll probably do it with your team as well. But I thought maybe the Jets would be different since Geno isn't the future. But when I was kind of racking my brain about it last night after you got the good news about Nabers, I had to put Geno at the top. Oh, another guy? Will McDonald. Because the Jets are going to have to make a big decision on Will McDonald very soon.
Yes.
Do they want to extend him? He had a 10-sack year 2 years ago. He had 8.5 sacks last year. The Jets have decided so far not to extend him. Is Will McDonald a big part of the Jets' future or not?
Yeah.
How he performs this season is going to be a big factor.
And you would like to see him, well, forget just how he performs, take that next step above. I mean, you used a first-round pick on Will McDonald. He's been a very good player, but he's never really become the game wrecker.
I agree with you. No, I agree. And I think to get the extension he's going to want, he's going to have to take that step and be a game breaker. So that's why with my team, and I'm curious about your list, my team is a mix between the future and I want to win games now. When it comes to winning games right now, damn, I need my quarterback to be healthy. But those other things I mentioned, some of those other things I mentioned, is also about developing into 27 and 28. Like, is Will McDonald on my team moving in the future? I know right now it sounds crazy to think Garrett Wilson wouldn't be on this team, but you never know. This team traded Sauce Gardner last year. This team traded Quinnen Williams next year. Is Garrett Wilson going to be on this team in the future? So I'm kind of bouncing around between my different players and how important they are.
But either way, any one of those guys getting hurt in camp would feel really, really devastating to any optimism you have with the Jets. So
your number one is the easiest in the world.
It's Jaxson Dart.
It's not Jaxson Dart.
No. I'm going to explain to you why it is.
It's actually not, though.
Okay.
You know who it is?
You're going to say Andrew Thomas?
It's absolutely Andrew Thomas.
And I'm going to tell you why you're wrong.
Why? Because your offensive line is so loaded now?
No. Because here's the truth. They're 1-2. So, okay, if we're splitting hairs here, here's the truth. If Jaxson Dart goes down for anything more than 2 weeks, I would even go to the 3 weeks, the Giants are in trouble. As much as we love Jameis Winston, and I think you could do much worse as a backup quarterback, he will be able to score you points. But the more Jameis Winston you see, it's kind of like a girl you meet at 5 a.m. at the bar. The more you see of her, you start to see the warts.
Yeah.
If they got to go for a runway of 4-6 weeks, like there's like a serious injury to Jaxson Dart, Jameis Winston, for all the, hey, he can win you some games, he is one of those backup quarterbacks that could lose you a lot. And we were teetering on that. We were getting close to that last year, especially in overtime of the Lions game. And I'm very fearful of that. I'm totally fine for a week or two. Jaxson Dart can't miss more than that this year. The reason Andrew Thomas is 2 and not 1 is in typical years, I can't believe I'm saying this, they finally got capable play when they needed to. When the moment they benched James Hudson after his disaster with Dallas, Marcus Bowe ended up being a good find last year. Now, is he Andrew Thomas? Of course he's not. But I have confidence that if Andrew Thomas had to miss a month, the Giants will not go back to the way they were with the Daniel Jones, Andrew Thomas list where, Josh Azuda's crying in the locker room. They'll get capable tackle play, which is something this team hasn't had in a long time. But Andrew Thomas is still the best player on the team, so he has to be number 2. As far as beyond that, this is where winning games as opposed to the sexy names matters. You might think I go Abdul Carter or Brian Burns. I don't, because you have one or the other.
Right.
If you put them as a package deal, it's fine. This team can't lose Paulson Adebo at corner. The moment they lost him in that Denver
we
game
saw what happened last year.
It was devastating.
Yep.
And if we're being real, this is still the biggest who the hell knows what if position group with the Giants. They have a rookie second rounder. They have Greg Newsome. If you lost Paulson Adebo, who isn't even Darrelle Revis by far, this is going to be a significant problem where they're going to give up a ton of points. The other guy basically just got here, but it's the truth. The Giants can't afford to lose DJ Reader this year. I mean, they basically had to rush and sign him and assure they signed him the moment they traded Dexter Lawrence. That defensive tackle group, they couldn't stop the run last year, Evan. DJ Reader eating up some double teams, even though he's not Dexter Lawrence. If you lost him and we're starting to go to the Sam Roberts of the world playing significant snaps, the Giants are in a world of trouble. That would be number 4. And honestly, then it comes Malik Nabers, who I'm putting behind those guys because I don't have faith in a position group. The Giants have some depth. They have Isaiah Likely, but let's be honest. The elevation of this team when Malik Nabers is healthy is so freaking important. So that would be number 5.
Yeah, because you look at the wide receiver room after Malik Nabers. You have Darius Slayton back yet again. Ugh. You added Calvin Austin. You added Juju Smith-Schuster.
Darnell Mooney.
You added Odell Beckham Jr. Almost forget Odell Beckham Jr. is on this team. So you have a lot of guys.
Yeah, they got a Bills-like wide receiver group without Nabers.
Yeah, but they don't have a number 1.
Right.
Like, Malik Nabers in year 1 of his NFL career played like an elite-level number 1 receiver.
You're right. But, Evan, when you're...
I think we forget that because he missed so much time last year.
And this is going to be taken the wrong way. Geez, if digital clips it, be taken the wrong way. Teams like the Bills and Chiefs, when you have really good quarterback play, haven't had that need for a true number one wide
but the
receiver.
problem why you're so concerned about someone taking that out of context is you just compared... Even if you don't use the words, you just compared Jaxson Dart to Pat Mahomes and Josh Allen.
It's actually
that's what you did.
No, it's actually,
even if you didn't say the word.
No.
So I'm going to say it for you. When you compare the Chiefs wide receiver room and the Bills wide receiver room and say, hey, see, it's a no biggie. They have probably the two best quarterbacks in the NFL.
Okay,
if you're ranking them.
But
Jaxson Dart right now has a lot to prove. I don't know where he's going to end up, but right now he's not number 2.
The point is those wide receiver rooms aren't awful. They have actually a similar vibe to the Giants wide receiver, which is not awful. Of course, you would like a guy who could take the top end and do that like Malik Nabers, but you could get by and win games if you have a functional coach and a functional quarterback.
Well, no. Those guys aren't functional quarterbacks. Those guys are the best quarterbacks.
Okay. And I put Jaxson Dart 1 for that reason. Jaxson Dart should take a step and be a top 12 quarterback this year. And if he does that,
but the guys you just said aren't top 12 quarterbacks. They're 1 and 2.
Oh, okay. No biggie.
Literally, if I was ranking
the Ravens have a great wide receiver group, Zay Flowers.
But my point is, your reaction or your defense of the Giant wide receiver room is to say, hey, look at the Chiefs and the Bills. I don't think that's the best comparison.
Right, so then I'll give you the Ravens.
Okay, now we went from quarterback 1, quarterback 2 to quarterback 4. Or
what
quarterback
about
3.
The Chargers don't have a great wide receiver room?
Justin Herbert.
See, there's a theme here. Jaxson Dart should take the step and become, at least close to elite this year.
It's weird because I think the Giants are going to have a good year. I've made that very clear over the last few weeks and months since they made the hire of John Harbaugh. I think, and we'll make official win predictions at some point, but the numbers that jump out at me is 9 or 10. I think they're a playoff team. I'm actually that high on the Giants.
Wow.
But simultaneously, I'm not as high on the quarterback. Believe it or not.
I know.
And I don't think that's a contradiction because I think, as we've seen in this league, you can win a lot of different ways. You can win with good coaching. You can win if you run the football. You can win if you hit the quarterback. I think this defense is going to be significantly better than what it was a year ago. I think they're going to be significantly better coached, and they lost games last year at times.
Yeah.
The Denver game certainly jumps out because of their coaching, and I think they can do that without having the quarterback be this elite guy that you're dreaming
That's
of.
fast. See,
Two things can be true at the same time.
Yeah, and I appreciate that take. I'm the opposite way. I have far more questions about this defense. I think in the end, if the Giants aren't as good as we potentially think they could be, it'll be because of the huge defensive holes that we maybe tend to ignore on this team. I look the other way. I don't, outside of the fear of he's a reckless runner and doing that whole narrative again, I don't know how you could not be high on some of the playmaking ability you saw from Jaxson Dart last year.
We'll get to your phone calls. Giant fans, your level of confidence, your thoughts on Malik Nabers. Jet fans, you can join the conversation because it feels like the Jets have been ignored over the last few weeks and months. The guys who they cannot lose this season as we begin the 2026 training camp portion of the NFL season. We'll get to your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. Plenty of baseball to get to as well, including a prominent Yankee chiming in on the hacky radio debate on who the king of New York is, idiots with idioms later on in the program, and how much does Shaun Morash know about the history of the show he's on here today on our 3-year anniversary?
Everything is the answer.
Well, we're going to find out.
I will not miss. I'm pointing like Babe Ruth. I know more about the history of the show than you know.
Okay. We will find out a little bit later on. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
The Yankees head to the city of brotherly love to play ball with the Phillies. 6:45 today.
That baby's gone!
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. AM 660, 1019 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
Hey Yankees fans, head out to Yankee Stadium on Saturday, August 22nd for a very special giveaway. It's Hello Kitty Yankees Bobblehead Day. The first 18,000 guests through the gates will receive a Hello Kitty Yankees bobblehead. Don't miss the Yankees taking on their division rivals, the Blue Jays, Saturday, August 22nd at Yankee Stadium for Hello Kitty Yankees Bobblehead Day. Get your tickets now at Yankees.com/tickets.
Hey, it's Tiki Barber. Living in the city that never sleeps, you need a powerful home connection that keeps pace with your midnight grind. Keep your connection as legendary as the city itself. If you're a Verizon mobile customer, switch to Fios Home Internet and get reliable 100% fiber optic speed for just $20 a month. It's high-speed fiber dependability for less than a week of subway rides. Visit Verizon.com and switch today. Availability varies for Fios customers with AutoPay, Mobile Plus Home, and bonus discount. Enrollment required. One offer per eligible account. Additional terms apply. Limited time offer.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/team. That's ZipRecruiter.com/team.
ZipRecruiter.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Summer is heating up, and there's nothing more refreshing than an ice-cold Surfside iced tea and vodka, or Surfside lemonade and vodka to break the heat. Made with real vodka, Surfside is only 100 calories and 0 bubbles. That's right, no carbonation. So it's easy to sip and enjoy no matter what your plans are this weekend. It's not a seltzer, it's Surfside. Sold at bars, restaurants, and stores near you. Must be 21. Please drink responsibly.
We spend all year watching the pros make their big plays. But what about your own highlight reel? The Ford Summer Sales Event is on right now with great offers on their legendary truck lineup. You could be hitching jet skis to a Ranger and owning the lake, packing the city-friendly Maverick with supplies for a weekend project, or becoming the MVP of the campground with an F-150 that not only tows a trailer, but powers the entire campsite with its Pro Power onboard. Don't just have a great summer, make it one for the books. Check out the Ford Summer Sales Event going on right now.
At Town Fair Tire, New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, you get it all. The guaranteed lowest price, the most free services, and we accept all valid rebates from any manufacturer and from our competition. Yes, we accept them all, even competitor rebates. Town Fair Tire, New England's largest discount tire dealer, now with over 120 stores from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Make this your summer of unforgettable drives in a Mercedes-Benz from Mercedes-Benz of Edison. Whether you're heading down the shore or planning a family getaway, their expert team can help you find the perfect sedan, coupe, SUV, or convertible. And because luxury should extend beyond the vehicle, Mercedes-Benz of Edison is committed to making your shopping experience stress-free. That's one reason they were named the 2026 Mercedes-Benz Dealer of the Year by Cars.com. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison, your destination for luxury driving all summer long.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-9834. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-9834. That's 800-575-9834. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Start your day with Boomer and Geo. Join the conversation weekday mornings from 6 to 10. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
It's so funny. Winning can be depressing. Because for me, I speak for myself, and I'll give you an example of someone else here at the radio station. For me, as a fan of all the losers in this town, and as a non-Knicks fan, it has made my negativity grow because I just watched the Knicks win a championship. For whatever reason, rational or not, my confidence in the Jets, the Nets, and the Mets has gone even further down into the basement. Now, you could say you shouldn't think that way. You should think if the Knicks can win, anybody can win. I have not taken it that way. That's me, and maybe that's not surprising. This morning, I heard Greg Giannotti, who, as a fan, witnessed his first championship because the Knicks won the NBA title, saying, you know what? I thought it would elevate my confidence, but seeing how much it took for the Knicks to win and how perfect it was, he has less confidence in his Minnesota Vikings and New York Mets to win a championship. So what I've learned is whether you're a loser like me or a new winner like Gio, the Knicks winning hasn't really helped your confidence in any way.
I mean, I could understand in both those cases it not helping your confidence right now, but I think where it helps is if your team just kind of becomes semi-relevant, then you could dream a little.
Oh, it lets the jump be more realistic?
Come on. It's hard to dream. First of all, this season's dead, and you don't even know if next season's existing with the Mets. And as far as the Vikings go, Kyler Murray's playing quarterback.
Right.
I don't even know how you could, in your wildest dreams, have any belief in those. Those are two bad
Why
examples.
can't Kyler Murray be Jalen Brunson? They're both tiny, and they kind of look similar.
Because he sucks. Jalen Brunson doesn't. That's why he can't be.
I'll give you a few reasons why George Lombard Jr. may not come up anytime soon in a few minutes, but let's get to your calls, 888-808-1019. Frank's in Syosset. What's up, Frank?
Good morning, guys. Shaun, I hope you have your football show again this year. I listen to it all the time. Very knowledgeable show.
I appreciate it.
No Dexter Lawrence. Evan, you mentioned a couple of things. Couldn't stop the run last year. The secondary, Deonte Banks, Odebo, Hollins, not great pass coverage. I know you mentioned DJ Reader, rookie, right? I mean, the college pro game is a lot quicker than the college game. We'll see what he becomes.
No, DJ Reader's a veteran. He's in his 30s. He's been around the league for a while.
As a matter of fact, he might be the oldest player on the Giants.
Yeah, you're thinking of someone else.
I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I'm mistaken him. I know they picked up a couple of rookies, but I don't see what they did to improve the defense. Most of their problems was defense last year. I don't see
what the Giants did to improve the defense.
Yeah.
I mean, they actually had a pretty big, and I still have my questions about the defense, but let's remember, they signed Tremaine Edmonds to replace Bobby Okereke, who, by the way, still can't find a job.
Excuse me, before you continue.
Yeah.
Normally, I would say, of course, this is the Shaun answer. It's a Giant question.
Yeah.
I think it's my answer, and I'll tell you why. I'm the Giant guy around here these days. I'm the supporter of John Harbaugh. I'm the one who thinks they're going to be good. You're a negative Nelly who was scared after his speech 2 days ago. When he asks that question, I hate to tell you this, Shaun, he was directing it at me. He was saying, hey, Evan, you're Mr. Confident with the Giants. What makes you think this defense is better? So I hate to tell you before you continue your answer, and I'll let you continue your answer. That question was not for you.
The pompous smirk on your face.
Because as of now,
I am pretty positive.
I'm the Giant guy around here.
No, you're not. You're a pom-pom waver to avoid everything. I'm a very realistic, not negative.
The Giants suck.
Not overly positive. Just, hey, this is what I think is going on. Now, listen, by the way, you also think Andrew Thomas is more important than Jaxson Dart to the team, but I digress.
That's because I know football.
Yeah.
The left tackle, especially the one who has proven himself, is more important than the second-year quarterback who still has a lot to prove. And I got a pretty good backup in Jameis Winston.
And we got a better backup at left. Forget it. We're not going to argue the backups at left tackle, whatever.
You brought it up.
No. Where are we at? Oh, the defensive ends. I think we forget they added Tremaine Edmonds. Think about the guys that the Giants replaced at that linebacker position.
They have 2 new starting linebackers. I hate to cut you off, but I need to teach you.
Arvell
Reese, Tremaine Edmonds. They added 2 new players on their defensive line. Yes, they lost Dexter Lawrence and DJ Reader and Shelby Harris.
Players on the defensive
line. Yeah, so it's different. And here's the other thing that he didn't bring up.
And a second-round pick in Colton Hood and a better corner than Deontay Banks and Greg Newsome.
Still didn't bring it up.
And or Darius Washington at safety.
Still didn't bring it up. Right. Maybe the biggest reason. And I do think this matters. And this kind of goes back to the crux.
And he added Denard Wilson as a defensive coordinator.
That was what I was going to get.
I know it was, and I wanted to keep.
He just kept talking, and he finally got there. One of the reasons I think the Giants are significantly better, and I have confidence in them, is I think on both levels, as a head coach and as a defensive coordinator, their coaching was awful last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was awful. And I think that the upgrade, in theory, I admit, but certainly John Harbaugh's got the resume, and Denard Wilson is very impressive. They're going to be coached better. So
Which matters in the margins.
So there's a lot of changes on this defense, some good, some bad. I admit, like Dexter Lawrence not being here isn't necessarily a good thing. But I think the coaching upgrade that this team got is one of the bigger reasons. And again, I'll make you this prediction. I think this is a top 15 defense. This is a top-of-the-league defense this season.
It's a top 10 defense if Abdul Carter is what he was promised.
See, here's what's going on now. I got it. I'm the Giant guy. I'm the confident guy. He needs to one-up me. So I say top 15. He has immediate response. I say top 10.
I gave you a
scenario. Well, I'm not playing this game.
No, you are playing this game.
I said it first.
I gave you a scenario. If Abdul Carter is one of the 5 best edge rushers in football, which, by the way, when you pick him number 3 and he's in his second year, that should be the expectation.
I agree.
That changes a lot for this defense.
100%. It's I mentioned it earlier with the Jets. When you take someone that high, doesn't mean they're going to turn out to be this player, but they need to be a star.
Yes.
And a lot of guys taking that early can be that star. It's funny. You look back at last year, and you look back at all the excitement that you guys had after taking Abdul Carter as early as you did.
Mm-hmm.
Abdul Carter was not bad last year, but he also wasn't the impactful demon that you guys thought he would be, which is why people continuously say, I think they're wrong, but they say it, Abdul Carter had a bad rookie year. He had a bad rookie year in the context of you thinking he's going to be a superstar right from jump.
Right. And most pass rushers don't have double-digit sack years in their rookie year.
Right. I understand that. But he was still, to a level, good.
Yeah.
Just not good enough for the huge expectations one has.
Oh, the nerds loved him.
The nerds loved him.
Oh, like the advanced metric
So you're
guys.
calling Tiki because Tiki loved him.
Yeah, well, Tiki would admit he's a nerd.
That's true.
The nerds tell you know what it tells me? When everybody, because this is the other thing, and you'll talk about this with David Bailey. You're going to have this conversation this year about David Bailey.
Go ahead.
Whenever you hear somebody say, sacks are not that important, pay attention to the pressures. That is a common thing the nerds like to tell you.
I mean, it's true, though. I mean, sometimes nerds say stuff. It happens in baseball all the time, and I'm like, all right, guys, before we just call them nerds, if you phrase it a little bit differently, it's not geeky. It's like exit velo. You say exit velo, and it's like really geeky. It's hitting the ball hard.
Okay.
They've talked about that since 1920. That's not new. It's
tell
just
you?
we're using terminology to make it seem like nerds are talking about it.
Can I finish now?
Okay.
When nerds say that, they just like to throw those numbers. And I agree, like, yeah, pressures are a good thing. But you know why sacks are a good thing? They end drives. They cause chaos in drives. And then if you sacked Caleb Williams or Bo Nix a couple times instead of those pressures where they extended plays with their legs, you win 2 more football games with the sacks that were missed by Abdul.
How many pressures, though, lead to interceptions?
For the Giants, not many.
Well, no, but in general.
Okay. Yeah, no,
that's what I'm saying. That's why.
Like it can.
And some sacks are not as impactful as some of the sacks you're describing.
Sure, but a sack is
not
never,
all sacks are created equal.
Can we agree on this? I know not all sacks are. Believe me, do I know. I've been in a locker room before. Sacks.
That's not what I meant.
Sacks are never not a negative. Right? Like anytime you have a sack, even if they're not as impactful, it's always a very positive play.
Yeah, like even if it's just a negative 1 loss on second down, it's not, or on first down, and so it creates a second and 11, it doesn't kill a drive.
It's never a bad thing.
It's still not a bad thing, yeah.
There are plenty of times that pressures, by not getting the quarterback down and a play gets extended, like Patrick Mahomes, you can pressure him all he wants, he extends over to Josh Allen.
That's fair.
There could turn into a bad thing that they didn't result in a sack.
I get you.
That's all I'm saying.
But I think your job as a pass rusher is, of course, to eventually get a sack. But if you can put pressure on the quarterback, there's a chance good things are going to happen.
Yes, of course there's a chance, but it's not the end-all be-all. Sacks are still very important.
No idea how that conversation started.
We were talking about the jump from 15 to 10 about Abdul Carter.
Oh, okay.
And the nerds.
Fair enough. Jimmy in Warren County. What's going on, Jimmy?
What's going on, fellas?
Yo!
Hey, Evan, I wanted to ask you for 1 second, when you seen Pavia got waived, did you think bring him in for competition on the Jets?
Of course. Anytime someone gets cut, waived, traded in any sport, I always put it under the lens of my team. Now, I thought about it, and I do have an answer on this. Well, but before I give my answer, what was your answer? Are you advocating for Diego Pavia to be signed by the Jets?
I am. I'm a Giants fan, but I keep track of the Jets.
Gotcha.
I thought right away, the Jets, right away.
So here's
right away. I'll bring him in.
No, I appreciate it. Here's my answer to this. And two things can be true at the same time. You love when I say that? I have zero confidence that Diego Pavia is going to be a starting quarterback in this league.
Yeah.
I don't like his attitude. I don't like his size. There's nothing about him that impresses me.
Speaking of all sacks aren't created equal.
There you go. But I believe that this quarterback room that the Jets have after Geno Smith is incredibly weak. Like, I'm excited about Cade Klubnik as much as one can be. But Brady Cook exposed himself last year. No offense to him. He's just never going to be a starter or a backup in this league in all likelihood.
Good enough to be on Nick's Celebrity Row, though.
Sure. Well, what the hell does that mean, though, at the end of the day?
I don't know. I was still the most stunning part of the NBA Finals.
Yeah, that's true. And then Bailey Zappi's Bailey Zappi. So how could I be opposed to bringing in someone young who maybe I'm wrong about to at least be in a competition? But I don't have faith in him. And I think the fact that he was cut right before or as the rookies are supposed to report to Ravens camp is a horrible sign. Yeah. What does it tell you about him?
That he's not an NFL quarterback. We need to stop, bring in the strength in numbers. Here's the truth about Diego Pavia. This isn't fair, but he's one of the freaks at the freak show. That's what Diego Pavia is.
He's one of the freaks at the freak show.
He's the bearded lady. He's the 3-armed man.
Well, I tell you, you're one to talk. You see what you're wearing today? Freak at the freak show?
Sounds like you just watched The Greatest Showman.
I don't know what that is.
You don't know that?
No.
The
what
movie with Hugh Jackman where he runs a circus?
No,
because there's a bearded lady in that.
Well, yeah, it's a classic bit.
It is a classic line. He didn't have to see the movie to know that.
I didn't know about that movie, but I like Hugh Jackman. I'll check it out.
Can you do everybody a favor and stand up?
Sure.
And I want you to stand on your chair so everybody can get a good view of you on the YouTube. Okay. You can always watch our show on YouTube, WFAN YouTube channel. Shaun is wearing top to bottom. Oh, my God, I just saw his crack. He's wearing,
I have an inverted butt. Remember that? That was the first thing to go.
He's wearing top to bottom black shorts, a black button down with oranges.
Orange, you glad I didn't wear banana?
I mean, it is the weirdest outfit I've ever seen.
No, it's a Summer Friday outfit.
How badly do you want to see Shaun fall right now as he tries to stand on the chair?
I'm a little scared.
You can come down. The YouTube audience got a good look at you.
Yeah, baby.
So there's a lot of shaking there.
It's a Summer Friday, man. Have fun with your outfit.
You got some balls. You're calling Diego Pavia the bearded lady, and what are you right now?
I got some oranges is what I got.
Did you wear it just to make the jokes?
No, I mean, partially, but I wear most of these were just... No, I was looking and I said, it's Summer Friday. You know what I started to get? And this actually, Evan, this outfit ties into football training camps.
Oh, okay.
When I saw the news of the Carolina Panthers losing their linebacker, Nick Scourton, and then I saw the news of Malik Nabers coming back, I'm like, this is a lot of football news. Training camp's back, football season's here. And whenever football season approaches, it usually approaches rapidly, right? We get to that first day, then all of a sudden you're on a preseason, and the next thing you know, it's Labor Day weekend. I, for the first time this morning, woke up with summer anxiety. Do you get summer anxiety?
No.
Do you know what that means?
No.
It means...
Getting sunburned?
No, it means, oh my God, this is going to be over quick.
Oh, I'm excited for it then, though.
No, I love summer, man.
I don't mind when it's over.
And between the wildfire smoke and the rain, it's been a rainy summer at times. I feel like I always get to this point where training camp opens. I go, what have I not done this summer that I want to get done?
But wouldn't you also consider September still part of summer?
Okay, yes, Alex, but it's just different. Life gets more chaotic, especially in this business. In football season, I'm going to be doing 50 million. I just have less time, and the kids are back at school. Yes, the weather is right, but you have less time to do things. I have summer anxiety, and part of summer anxiety is I have all these nice summer outfits. I haven't worn a damn one of them yet, including this one. So Summer Fridays from here on out, my fat ass in different fruits, flamingos, or color patterns. Let's have fun.
So the anxiety is of you wearing outfits that you can't wear in a month?
No, it's
That's
different
strange.
things. I haven't gone to the beach nearly enough on Long Island this year. I haven't worn my summer outfits. I have yet to have a line of Kukul Summer Shandy. There's things I got to get done here.
All right.
I haven't taken a boat to Fire Island yet. I got things to get done. Summer anxiety's hitting. Football's here. Start with the oranges. You build a path from there.
Interesting. I never looked at it that way. Yeah, so to your point, Alex, about the summer, and I think this is something that's said because of the jobs we do and also having kids, right? Those are the two attributes.
Yes.
Because of the job we have, once Labor Day comes, vacations are over, right? Tiki's here, Boomer's here, I'm here. Vacations are dead. It's football season. School is here for the kids, which certainly changes our lives.
Certainly. Good apropos.
But the weather, you're right, may be the same.
Mm-hmm.
So the outfit thing shouldn't be affected because on September 20th, even when you're taking your beautiful young daughters to school, it still may be 85 degrees.
Dude, and this is something...
That part may not change.
This is something you got to learn, and maybe Flag and Anthem will help you with this. I want Flag and Anthem to dress you a little more.
Why are you talking down to me right now? Because I dress like a pig unless I have my Flag and Anthem outfits?
Seasons and weather are a state of mind. You're saying I can wear this in September? I can. A little funnier looks, but what happens today on a Friday? I come home from work today, and I'm wearing these oranges and peaches. I'm less likely to sink into the couch and more likely to go, let's go. Get the picnic baskets.
Wow.
We're going to the beach.
So it's like a mental thing.
Yes, it's a mental game. I come home dressed to go out in the summer. We go out in the summer.
I get you. The only thing I disagree with, I know I'm in the minority on this, and I'm not rushing the summer. I want to make that clear. It's not like I'm counting the days. But I also don't mind when it's over. Like, I'm not dreading the end of the summer because, I don't know, the fall is the best. The fall is my favorite time of year, even when the Mets are sucking irrelevant.
Yeah.
And the Jets are headed towards a 4-win season. Like, it's sports-wise my favorite time of year. The weather does eventually cool off. And guess what? I hate to say it. As much as my kids are dreading going to school, get their asses back to school. All right?
I agree with you.
Enough.
I wish the fall was either the winter or the spring.
I wish the fall was either the winter or the spring.
Weather-wise.
Oh, gotcha.
Because I love the summer and I love the fall the most, and the worst part about the fall coming is that the summer's over. So I wish I could enjoy fall more. It's like when fall starts, I get 5 weeks in, and all I've been doing is trying to cling on to summer, then all of a sudden the fall's ending.
The thing I hate about the summer, and this happened to me last night, and I called my shot on the show yesterday. I said, hey, there's no Mets, there's no Yankees. Oh, my God, I'm taking advantage of it. And I said that I was going to go to the beautiful Palisades Mall in New Jersey because it has everything. Right? I did that. I took my wife. I took my two kids. We did indoor mini golf. We did the maze, like this weird glass maze.
I know. That's cool. Yeah.
We did an arcade. We went out to dinner.
How was Chipotle?
We didn't do Chipotle. Okay. We did, oh, man.
Outback?
No, it's just an American grill. I forget the name of it. Okay. I apologize. And then walked to Barnes & Noble, and the kids were picking out books they wanted to read. 3 hours. We did all of that, right? I feel good. Like, wow, I'm a good dad. I went out. I was active. We get home. It's 8:30 at night. Kids shower up. It's 9 o'clock. I'm zonked. I am dead. I'm ready to go to sleep. And Jet's like, oh, no, let's go. Let's go watch a movie. Let's go party. I'm like, what are you talking about?
Oh, my God.
He's like, I don't have school tomorrow. And as soon as he said that, I said, you're right. You don't have school tomorrow, you son of a bitch. You could stay up until all hours. What time you waking up tomorrow, Jet? Oh, yeah, it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter. Well, it matters to me.
You're right.
I got to go to work tomorrow. I don't know what time that kid stayed up till. All I know is I was passed out in my own drool by 9:45.
Dude, I'm with you. These kids got to go back. Can I give you a little father's
Send
advice?
them back. It's like the end of season 1 in Lost. I got to go back. Yeah. I have to go back. They're talking about the island. They need to go back to Escuela.
Yeah. Yes.
That's school in Spanish.
I know what it is.
All right, go ahead.
Here's my piece of advice to you. This is now working for me. When my kids start bothering me at 9 o'clock in the summer, I tell them, Daddy needs to turn his brain off. Otherwise, I'm going to die. I told my daughter Taylor that 2 nights ago. She's now left me alone for 2 straight nights.
You go that extreme?
I said, you can get a brain tumor if you don't turn your brain off, and you guys are just being too much on me.
Wow.
So I'm using scare tactics at home.
Jeez.
I don't know what the you're talking about.
This is the point of the summer I'm at. I can't take it anymore.
All right, fair enough. Before I give you a few reasons that you may not like about why George Lombard is coming up or not coming up, let's hear from Bobby in Belmore. Hey, Bobby. What's up, Bobby?
From a spaceship.
Yeah, how you doing? Sorry, man.
It's all right.
Listen, you said the Giants going to have a top defense. I mean, they've blown the most fourth quarter double-digit leads. I mean, that's kind of a stretch. I mean, you want to say get back to the middle of the pack. I can understand that, but I don't see the big jump from a team that just couldn't do it in the fourth quarter. And I know the coach is a good coach, but
but don't you think but just to counter that, don't you think a part of the fourth quarter collapses last year, which nobody can deny, was coaching? You don't think that played a big role in why that went down?
Yeah, but Harbaugh's blown a lot of as great as he's been, he's blown a lot of fourth quarter leads himself with the Ravens. I mean, I was looking it up and I was reading about it. He's blown a lot of fourth quarter, I think, in the most of the last 5 years, even though the team is successful.
No, you're right. But how often, and you have to look it up, I'll look it up myself, have the Ravens had a bottom 5, bottom 8 defense? Now, they did have one last year in his last year there, but for the most part, that was an anomaly. Like, they didn't have defenses that were as bad as the one the Giants had last year. So I get the criticism of Harbaugh. I'm not saying it's not true. I'm just saying that in essence of what he did for the most of his tenure there, that wasn't the definition of him. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand that. And, I think that's definitely going to improve. But, the question is, Nabers, this guy's been injury prone the last 2 years, and I don't expect this guy to be healthy. And, for such a young player, it looks like this guy's going to be an injury-prone player.
A couple of things. In year one, if I'm not mistaken, and you could correct me, Shaun, I thought he played at just about every game.
He did. The problem with Nabers in year one, he got a concussion. If you remember.
I do remember that, but he ended up playing.
No, he missed the next game.
So he played 16 out of 17 games?
I have to look up the numbers, but he definitely missed a game, if not 2. Okay?
I'll give you the answer right now because I do want the facts on that because when you say injury-prone, that's a tough thing to throw at somebody.
It was a Week 3 Thursday night game versus Dallas.
I got the answer right now.
All right.
He played 15 of 17 games.
Okay, and I think
I can't call that injury prone.
I can't either.
I can't do that.
And think about the injuries.
I'll say this real quick. If he gets hurt again this season and let's say plays fewer than 13 games, that would be 2 straight years of missing time. Then I would agree with you about the designation. I said that earlier about Garrett Wilson. Garrett hasn't missed a game until last year. That's why I looked at him and said, boy, he can't get hurt this year because if now you're talking about 2 straight years of injuries, all of a sudden the way you view a player starts to change.
Yeah, I agree. Look, there starts to be a pattern. The guy tore his ACL meniscus last year. Does that make you injury prone? I think if you have another lower leg injury this year, we're going to give him a pass. Concussions happen to every position, everybody in football. I can't pair those two and go, that's an injury prone player. I just can't do it.
So yesterday, we started the show with me really pushing for George Lombard Jr. to be called up.
Can I just start with this first? This Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. Despite there being no Yankee baseball last night, it was a good day for the Yankees. The Rays fell to the Blue Jays 3-1 as the Jays avoided a 4-game sweep. Yankees now 2 games back in the AL East heading into tonight, which leads us to a Yankee conversation now from Evan.
Yeah, so I mentioned yesterday that I'd call up Lombard Jr. right now. And last night, you informed the Evan and Tiki chat. I didn't know about this because, again, I was checking out from sports by going to the Palisades Mall, that Lombard Jr. wasn't in the Scranton lineup.
Right. Caused a lot of buzz.
And you said I was some kind of czar. Like, I knew Lombard was being called up. Meanwhile, I'm like, that's not proof he's being called up. And he wasn't called up. It apparently was just a regular minor league off day for George Lombard Jr.
And he entered the game.
There are 2 things I do want to bring up. One, I had a discussion last night on social media about, and the other one came from, what's the guy's name? Axisa, who covers the Yankees? Mike Axisa?
Mike Axisa, yeah. River Street Blues, right?
Couple of factoids about Lombard Jr. that could keep him from being called up. Here's number 1. You tell me if you agree, have an issue with it. August 15th is the earliest a player can come up and stay up without graduating to MLB service time, keeping the prospect promotion incentive draft pick in play down the line, which means it would keep Lombard Jr. as a rookie in 2027. And if he won Rookie of the Year, the Yankees could be rewarded with a draft pick. That's part of the newer CBA that came out a few years ago. So that could be a reason why the Yankees would want to keep him in the minor leagues until August 15th. Would you do that?
No, that has no effect on me. They have to win games now. The margins are tight. And honestly, next year, nobody knows what the baseball season looks like, and we've seen, like in a 60-game season, if it came to that, Rookie of the Year is a crapshoot anyway, so no.
All right, so you mentioned a lockout and what we don't know about next year. The second reason, and this is the one I was fleshing out with That's Baseball Susan on social media, and we both have figured out that this could be a big factor here with Lombard Jr. As soon as George Lombard Jr. is called up, he would have to be added to the Yankees 40-man roster.
Yes.
The moment he's added to the Yankees 40-man roster, he can't be removed from it unless you're DFAing him, which they're not going to do. So he's on the 40-man roster, which would make him a locked-out player in 2027.
Okay.
As long as he's not on the 40-man roster, George Lombard Jr. would not be locked out, which would allow him to play minor league baseball in a season in which there may not be baseball. And for a young player that the Yankees are high on, there could be an incredible value to him playing baseball at the minor league level as there's no baseball at the major league level. Is that a big deal?
That would actually drive me insane.
Which part?
Worrying about him playing baseball in the minor leagues next year due to a lockout. You know what would be better for him? Being up here in a stretch run trying to win a freaking division. And
but then he may not play in 2027.
Okay,
like, if there's no baseball, he doesn't play.
Then he doesn't play in 2027. I need to know that he had the experience in 2026 that helps his team then in 2028 when Aaron Judge is 53 years old.
53 years old.
You know the point.
I got to admit something to you. I think that lockout thing I got to think about, bro.
No
he's 20,
way.
He's 21 years old and he's my top prospect. I don't know, man.
They need him, though. I can understand if he was like a right fielder or whatever. Like, they need a shortstop and third baseman. If they're not going out and getting Jeremy Pena, Corey Seager, Francisco Lindor, of course, they're not getting any of those guys. And you know you're calling him up later on this year. I'm not waiting on dates so he could play next year in the minor leagues.
I think you're shortchanging that. I get what you're saying, and I understand the importance of this year, and I want to win this year, too. And I didn't even say I wouldn't call him up. I said, I got to think about this one. This one I'm thinking about. Yes, I'm thinking about this.
And that's the other part, too.
Because you're saying, here's what you're saying. Just keep this in mind. Because yesterday when I brought up Lombard Jr., Tiki's big argument against me was, young player, got to put him in the best position to succeed. You need to develop him. And there are elements to that that's true. If he can't play minor league baseball at his age 21 year, and dare I say the entire season is wiped out, that kills that kid's development. That's not good for him.
No. First of all, if he's good, he's good. Like, I understand development's development. Like, he's basically a finished product. But here's where it doesn't make sense, Evan. Because for that point to happen, that means this other point had to happen, which is this. If you are really worried about there being no baseball next year, like organizationally, internally, you know way more than the public knows, and like, man, we're really going to miss next year. Then to me, instead of saying, I need to make sure I don't put him on the 40-man because I want him to play baseball next year, it tells me the other thing. It tells me we should have that much more urgency in 2026 because what are Garrett Cole and Aaron Judge, forget them, Lombard being stunted, what are their ages and what are they looking at in 2028?
No, it's funny. You're kind of right when you say if there's that big a negativity where I'd keep him in the minor leagues, then you should probably trade him in a deal for Skubal and just try to win right now.
Exactly, at that point.
That's a fair point.
Right.
It's a fair point. Bryce Harper, douche or misunderstood?
Depends on the day.
We'll analyze coming up 888-808-1019. Plus, it's the 3-year anniversary of Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. How much does Shaun know about our first show? We are here till the Carton Show at 2 this afternoon.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by the New Jersey Division of Highway Traffic and Safety.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Sponsored by NHTSA. Speeding catches up with you. Paid for by NHTSA. The quarterback competition in Atlanta between Tua Tagovailoa and incumbent Michael Penix Jr. should not be much of a competition. If Atlanta is serious about contending for the NFC South Championship this year, the starting quarterback for Kevin Stefanski needs to be Tua Tagovailoa. I'm Nick Costos.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/play. That's ethos.com/play. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Indeed presents hires you can't afford to get wrong, like public works supervisor.
Hey, this waterman is under a ton of pressure. Did you ever fix it?
Yeah, 3 layers of duct tape. Wait, should I have added a 4th layer?
This is a job for sponsored jobs.
This is what happens when you don't sponsor your job on Indeed. Next time, get matched with quality candidates with Indeed sponsored jobs. Visit Indeed.com/hire now and sponsor your job today.
Hi, this is New Jersey Attorney General Jen Davenport. Speeding puts everyone at risk. That's why officers and troopers are actively looking for drivers who drive too fast. Don't let speeding be the reason that you or someone else doesn't make it home. Slow down and drive safely, New Jersey.
Orgavadazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires. Call 800-333-4KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. After years in the game, I don't guess. I go with what works. With Red Pocket Mobile, you lock in your rate and you keep it. No price creep, no sudden jumps, just straightforward pricing and premium 5G plans starting at $10 a month. Visit redpocket.com to see why more Americans are switching to better wireless without paying more. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
The Make This the Summer event is happening right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram with a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees. But hurry, before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram. Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, $1 small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. My husband, Ryan, died. We never thought we'd ever have to use life insurance, but the unexpected happened. With Ethos, signing up was fast and 100% online. You can get a quote in seconds, apply in minutes, and get same-day coverage. No medical exams, and you can get up to $3 million worth of coverage. I'm grateful we were prepared.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/radio. That's ethos.com/radio. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Attention drivers, the Mega Millions jackpot is up to $743 million. Take a break from the Jersey traffic and stop at any New Jersey lottery retailer to grab a ticket.
Talk sports with Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle on The Carton Show. Afternoons from 2 to 7 on WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
I know this may surprise some people, but I try to be a fair person, even against people I don't like, even against people that I think are phonies. I always want to be fair. And so yesterday and even today, Bryce Harper has gone viral for something he said about the New York Mets. So what I want to do is, because I want to be fair and we could all learn together, I'm going to play the viral clip.
All right.
You'll hear why it pissed a lot of Met fans off. And then, I'm sorry, I'm going to lift the curtain and we're going to hear it in its context. And you tell me if it changes what Bryce Harper actually said.
Okay.
So first, here's the viral clip of Bryce Harper and Mookie Betts talking to each other on Mookie's podcast that really caused Met fans to be angry.
The Mets are the Mets.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. The Mets are the Mets. Yeah.
But once they kind of got rid of, Pete and all those guys, I mean, it's a different team.
So, laughing, giggling, the Mets are the Mets, and Mookie agrees. That has gone viral without any context. Just, they're laughing at the Mets. And you could understand, especially since the Mets beat the Phillies in the playoffs 2 years ago and also beat the Phillies recently in Philadelphia, you could understand why the Met fan hears a clip like this and says, what are you laughing at?
Right, Bryce is the last guy should be laughing. But I also think it tells us, by the way, for viral, I have no idea what this is coming. The idea of the Mets are the Mets is almost in our brain telling us it must be negative.
Because of the way he said it?
And I think anytime we hear that, it's never positive.
I would agree with you. That's why I actually listened to the Mookie Betts Bryce Harper podcast. And so, do you want to hear the context, or should we just be angry? Should we just say Bryce Harper's a douche and move on? Or do you want to actually hear why they're laughing?
Well, I actually do, because in the slim chance it is positive, wouldn't it be nice to hear somebody say something nice about the Mets?
Well, I didn't say it was positive.
Oh, all right. Well, let's hear it.
Here is the actual, because I think a lot of people either have never heard the clip and they're hearing it for the first time and they're probably like, why is he laughing? Or some have only heard that clip and they're already pissed at Bryce Harper. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the question and answer. Mookie Betts, Bryce Harper, and where that laugh came from.
Well, who do you think is you guys' like biggest rival?
Biggest rival. I mean, obviously we play a lot of big games against the Braves. I would say. Yeah. I don't know if they're our rival per se. I mean, I think the Mets are the Mets.
Yeah. Yeah. The Mets are the Mets.
But once they kind of got rid of Pete and all those guys, I mean, it's a different team. It's a different club, right? And so
that was like, I feel like they had a identity or a nucleus or whatever, and now it's. I'm not gonna say it's all over the place, but it's
just different.
It's just different.
Like Nimmo came up in that organization, Pete comes up in that organization. You got guys that have been there for a long time, and they go somewhere else in free agency. They kind of see that they're missing those guys right now, right? That leadership or that that quality of a player, and it's just different. But when those guys were there and stuff, and they were that team, I would say the Mets at that point.
Bryce Harper said everything 1,000% accurately.
Yeah.
Bryce Harper should be apologized to by Met fans, because you know what he also did? He said everything we've said.
Right. He almost sounds relieved, Evan.
And the reason he was laughing was because we are their rivals. He brought up the Braves because they've played him a lot and then dismissed them by saying, but they're not our rivals. Dude, they're in the same division and they've played in the playoffs multiple times, and Bryce Harper swatted them away like a gnat. And then he laughed because we're New York and he hates us, which I respect. So the laugh was all about respect. And then his breakdown with Mookie Betts is exactly what every Met fan has said.
Stearns is a moron.
So I just want to be fair. I am no fan of Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper had a perfect response to every aspect of that question. The Mets are the rivals. He laughed because of how much he used to hate us. And even Mookie's like, they're the Mets. He didn't say the Mets are the Mets because they suck. He said the Mets are the Mets because, of course, they're our rivals. Screw the Braves. They're a meaningless hick team from Georgia. That's exactly what he said. You know who should be offended by that answer? The Braves. Because Bryce Harper thumbed his nose at you.
Yeah.
He said, screw you, I don't care about you. And then he broke down, as did Mookie, fairly and accurately, what's actually happened to this team. They had an identity, it got stripped away, and not that they're dead forever, because they both prefaced that, but they're kind of all over the place. So, look, we want to be angry at everything. The truth is there are certain people we should be angry at. Bryce Harper and Mookie Betts. Now, maybe this weekend we'll be mad at Mookie when he goes, 9 for 12. But in terms of what they said, perfect answer.
That one, to me, if I'm Steve Cohen, my earbells are completely ringing after hearing that. Because,
but they were being honest, man.
Because it's not...
That's a fair breakdown.
It's not you and I having a fair breakdown. It's not Boomer and Gio having a fair breakdown. It's not Craig and Big Mac. It's not Frank and Positive Tommy fighting. Those are two marketable Major League Baseball stars that both brains at the same time when the word Mets was mentioned laughed and giggled.
No. You're still out of context. The laugh was about the rivalry, man.
No. But I also...
Didn't you hear that?
I did. Listen, I promise I'm going to make sense to you.
Okay.
The laugh and giggle not only was about the rivalry was like this. It was a laugh and giggle of almost like the Mets are the Mets, but the laugh is like a but they're our rival. But can you believe what's happened to them? Which leads to that conversation. You know what I mean? That's the way I interpret the laugh, which is the Mets are the Mets. They'll always be there. But the laugh is almost like, but like, Mookie, what the hell did they do to that team? That was the way I interpret it. And then they went into, I think, by proving that, an explanation of what they did to the team. And if I'm Steve Cohen, the reason my earbells are ringing is if two huge stars in two of what should be your biggest competitors in terms of spending in the National League feel that way about you, that tells me they are spokesmen for how Major League Baseball players across baseball feel about the way the Mets treated their own and stripped it down and broke it up. What David Stearns did to the Mets has spread like wildfire to the point two stars in two completely different markets didn't have to say anything but the word Mets and laugh to know what the hell did they do over there?
But
that's an indictment, I think, on David Stearns. The league thinks you're a joke.
Yeah, I don't think it's long-term. I think it was more they were evaluating what happened.
Yeah, but it can
They're
be
giving their
long-term.
opinions. Like, they looked at letting Pete Alonso go and trading Brandon Nimmo the way I think a lot of fans did, which is, what are you doing?
Evan, look, money always talks. And if you're going to give somebody the most money, I think they look the other way and go, I'm going to make the most money here.
Sure.
However, in what potentially could be a different way of a bidding world moving forward with whatever this CBA looks like, if this is the way that teams or stars and other markets feel, it means other players feel this. When it comes down to breaking ties, all things being close money-wise, this tells you there's not a lot of trust in Major League Baseball players and what the hell David Stearns' loyalty is to core members that were the Mets. And he mentioned Nimmo coming up through the system.
Yeah.
Like, they were in detail about how they felt about the way the Met roster was built and how it was stripped down. Players in Major League Baseball don't trust David Stearns from afar. That is what that answer told me.
There was something else Bryce Harper said that I thought was honestly probably more important than the stuff I just played.
All right.
And if you trust Bryce Harper, do you trust Bryce Harper? I mean, I know he's not beloved, but he's a great player. He's a Hall of Famer.
What do you mean trust him?
His opinion on things. Do you respect his opinion?
Yeah, I think he's a smart baseball guy.
He gave an answer, and I'm going to play it for you, about Don Mattingly.
All right.
And all I could think about was the Mets. And maybe the Yankees if they fire Aaron Boone. But he was talking about what Don Mattingly has brought to the Phillies. Because the Phillies obviously made a managerial change earlier this season. And there's no denying it. It's obviously helped. Okay? Now, maybe they would have turned it around with Rob Thompson. They obviously did turn it around once with Rob Thompson when he was added as the midseason managerial hiring. But obviously, Don Mattingly's made a difference. And so Mookie Betts asked Bryce Harper about what Don Mattingly brings. What has he done? And I want you to listen to his answer in terms of a team like the Mets who are looking for a manager. Because Bryce Harper's about to give you insight. And remember, Bryce Harper's been managed by a lot of guys. I think he's had 9 managers in his career, which is nuts, but it's true. He's been managed by a million different guys. So he kind of knows the good ones, the bad ones, what kind of managers maybe a star player needs. Listen to his answer and tell me if you or Steve Cohen would learn anything from his answer.
What did someone like Donnie bring to you guys to help turn things around?
Yeah, I think somebody that's played, that's done it, right? He did it in a big market too.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for him, coming in, Gold Glover, runner-up MVP, playing in a big market in New York City, understands what it's like, fan base, media, all that kind of stuff. Somebody that's been in the batter's box too. When you have somebody that's done it, you can kind of, relate to that, and he can relate to you as well. So it's not just somebody, saying something that's never been there or done that. So it's been really good.
You take anything out of that? Because I do.
Well, I think a player in a dire organization that feels like they need a true turner, which the Mets will be in, which the Phillies were, I think they will respect a lot more a guy they know has been through it as a player themselves.
I think that's an endorsement for either Carlos Beltran or Albert Pujols.
Yep, absolutely.
Because what Bryce Harper's telling you, and it sucks. I feel bad for Rob Thompson. I feel bad for Carlos Mendoza. Aaron Boone was a solid major leaguer. Yeah. I don't know if I want to. He's in the middle on this.
Yeah. He has the family helps him.
Well, but he was also a good major leaguer. He wasn't
leaguer,
a superstar. He wasn't Don Mattingly. He wasn't Albert Pujols or Carlos Beltran. But Aaron Boone, like Carlos Mendoza, was a minor leaguer, and I don't mean to insult him in that regard. But what a superstar like Bryce Harper is telling you is if Carlos Mendoza or Rob Thompson gives him some advice, he's going to look at him and say, what the hell do you know?
Kai Correa, too.
Kai Correa. I mean, basically most managers.
Right. I'm just trying to give you other guys we would have talked about with the Mets this offseason.
And years ago, I remember as a kid learning about Ted Williams as a manager and how he was unsuccessful because Ted Williams couldn't relate to guys struggling because he was an all-time great player. This is almost the opposite. And maybe in this modern era, a superstar era, the guy's resume and what they did on the field, maybe it does matter. Maybe when Don Mattingly, and remember, Donnie stopped playing when most of these guys, if not all of these guys, were either not alive or don't remember him playing. But apparently when Don Mattingly says something, you're like, oh, well, he knows. When Carlos Beltran says something, oh, he knows. And so I think that comment, if you want to listen to what Bryce has to say, and he's obviously not giving the Mets advice, he's just talking about Don Mattingly, we're the ones who are listening and maybe learning something from it. I think that there may be a value to bringing guys in, especially a team that has 2 big superstars who may not get along in Francisco Lindor and Juan Soto, where the key is going to be their relationship, that maybe it does enhance bringing someone in who's done it the way Bryce Harper described Don Mattingly.
Doesn't it feel right now as we sit in the moment? I know it's only July 24th, 2026 in the offseason. Wouldn't it be pretty surprising if it's not a Beltran Pujols? And I would even put like ladder number 3 long shot JD Martinez, somebody who's been there.
So you think it will be that guy?
I do. Well, first of all, I already thought before Bryce said that we were probably trending towards one of those 2, if not 3 guys anyway. But again, if he's saying that, I find it hard to believe that's not a greater conversation even amongst Met players. You tell me Met players don't feel that way, and they haven't conveyed that? Steve Cohen obviously talks to players more than we probably think. I bet you that's been conveyed, which is part of the reason with Soto's relationship with Pujols, I brought him up to begin with. He listens to the players.
Yeah, I don't know if I want the players deciding who the manager is.
But you don't have to pick the specific guy, but the type, what you think will work?
I just think that we're living now maybe in a time in which that type that Bryce described about Mattingly, it used to not matter. It was actually a negative. Like back in the day, I'm telling you, that it was a negative. Well, he was too good. He can't relate to the young, struggling player. And that answer by Harper, now granted, he's a superstar, so he's not the 25th, 26th guy on a roster. He is a superstar making a ton of money.
He's not Eric Wagaman.
He's Bryce Harper, and he's basically telling you, I didn't respect Rob Thompson. Now, I don't care about that aspect. That's a Philly story.
Yeah.
But you wonder if a part of what hurts a guy like Carlos Mendoza is stars look at him and say, yeah, you're a smart guy, and yeah, we like you, but you don't understand. Right. You don't know what it's like to make. Like Carlos Beltran on every level understands what Juan Soto and Francisco Lindor have gone through.
Right.
Carlos Beltran, and I can't believe this has turned out to be like an all-time thing that matters. This guy refused to come out for a curtain call because he was butthurt that he got booed on opening day. Beltran went through that.
Yep.
Now, I can sit here all these years later, it's been 20 years, and say, wow, that's actually the best reason for why he should be the manager. Because he can look at Lindor and say, oh, yeah, everything you've gone through, I laugh at. Ooh, you did thumbs down? Hey, I had to be coerced to get out of the dugout to give a curtain call because I was so pissed at these fans for booing me on opening day. Like, there is no more relatable player to Met and New York superstars than Carlos Beltran. Now, that's not the entire job, obviously. You got to make a lineup. You got to make bullpen decisions. I get it. But when it comes to the superstars, as Harper was making that description of Mattingly, all I could think about was Beltran. Because everything he said about Mattingly, the Gold Gloves, the MVP votes, the playing in New York City, I'm like, is he just talking about Beltran?
I'd be stunned if it's not one of those guys. I completely agree. That's what the modern athlete's looking for. Then, by the way, there's a couple of these guys. There's enough of them to make that happen if you're the Mets.
888-808-1019. We'll get back to some football as well with Phil in Allentown. Hey, Phil.
Well, sorry, guys.
What's up?
Hang on. Been on hold for a second. I'm actually in the middle of cutting the lawn.
Look at that. Now, before you continue, are you doing the push mower or are you sitting in like a tractor?
Oh, no. I'm on a big commercial zero turn. I have a landscape business. Nice. And, so I was like, well, I got to get to work, and hopefully they don't hang up on me.
Phil, before you make your point, can I ask you a landscaping question that I've been debating with my wife?
Yeah, what's up?
Is it my job as the homeowner to, like, remove certain things? Like, if the kids leave a bike out on the lawn in the backyard, do I got to do that? Or are you guys more than happy to do that when you go in the back?
Oh, no, that's on you, dude.
Okay. All right. What if there's a couple 100%. Loads of dog crap?
That I'm not a fan of either. So I have a couple commercial properties where this happens a lot because it's like they have tenants, it's a big apartment complex, and the tenants, they pay their $2,500 a month or whatever, and they think they can just do whatever they want.
I got you.
Okay. And it's like, that's a bit much.
I have one question as well. It's actually the exact opposite of what Shaun is asking. So I asked you about the push mower, the tractor. I love to cut my own grass, but my wife fired me 2 years ago because she didn't think I was doing a good enough job, but I still have the tractor. And what I've asked her is, can I still cut the lawn every once in a while, and then the professionals can clean it up? And she's like, I don't know if they like that. So I'm going to ask you, if I cut my lawn about 3 or 4 days before you were there to do it, and it was cut, but it wasn't perfect, would you be annoyed, or would you be like, oh, I like this. This guy made my job easier?
It's kind of a toss-up. It depends on how bad you do it, I guess.
Okay.
Normally people don't do that. I have actually the yard I'm in now. This lady has a section where it grows exponentially faster than the rest of the lawn. So she actually maintains that part of it because I can't be here every 3 days.
Right.
You know what I mean? But so she does that. We have an agreement. That's fine. But yeah, I mean, if people are just driving around like, Stevie Wonder in the yard and then, you get there and it's a mess, it's sometimes more work.
All right. I appreciate the info. All right, what's on your mind sports-wise?
So I heard you guys talking earlier in regard to the Giants and whether or not you think, it's going to be on Jaxson Dart or whether or not the defense, is going to be good or bad, and then the whole coaching aspect of it. So here's going back, been a Giants fan forever. I'm 48. Long story short, here's what I see. The past decade, right, we've been picking like top 10, right? I mean, we're drafting high, and we see these kids in college, and we get all excited because they're studs in college, most. And then they come here and they fail. And I feel like the problem is exactly that, and it's the coaching. So you had a good coach in college. You had levels of success. Then you come to New York, where it has been, let's call it what it is, like a dumpster fire for 10 years, minus the one run in 2021 or whatever it was. And there's just no consistency. You got guys coming in and out, and I just feel like with Harbaugh being brought in, you got a good defensive coach coming in. Maybe some of those guys who we drafted high and saw that talent in college, whether, I'm going to bring up Tay Banks because I honestly feel like he's like the epitome of what I'm talking about.
Right.
He was so good in college. And then he comes here and it's like, what the hell happened? So, and I just feel like getting rid of the coaching circus that it was, having guys sit down, they're not going to run the roost. John's going to do that. So I think that they're going to have to work. They're going to work harder. And I think they're going to start taking pride in what they're doing based on that. So I think our defense is going to be top 10 this year. And I think if Malik comes back and plays on offense early, like we talked about earlier, that he's not going to be on the PUP list, I think we're going to be scary, dude. That's my opinion. I'm not trying to sound like a homer, but I really think that the NFL is in for a bit of a rude awakening from New York.
I like that.
I love
What do you
that.
think of that, Shaun?
Well, first of all, fired me up. And I think he's right. I think if you point to every positive that you think can be a positive for the Giants like he's doing, they can be a scary. Usually it doesn't work out that way. Some of the negatives become negatives. As far as like how does Tay Banks specifically or somebody like that under bad coaching? Look, if you watch and cover enough NFL drafts, and we always see in the tickers, you always see like, hey, the pros of this guy's game, the cons. It's very rare. There's like 6 guys in every draft that like the cons are minimal. I think for guys like Deontay Banks, locating the football was something we heard. Well, kind of ends up being a big deal in the NFL if you can't do that. So not every college prospect is perfect. And I think it's up to the coaching to figure out how to eliminate those cons. The Giants haven't been able to do it. Now, I thought that was an awesome call. And because he gave us such landscaping insight, I just want to say that call from Allentown, he was in the window seat, brought to you by Windorama. Save up to 40% on your new windows and doors. We learned a lot.
Is he the first caller ever in the window seat?
Yeah, and I thought it was worth it because we interviewed him a little bit. Now, before we get to that, can I also ask you, you have a landscaper, I have a landscaper. If we were home on a Friday and our landscaper showed up and all of a sudden we heard the mower stop and we opened up our window to be like, what the hell is he doing? And we hear him breaking down Deontay Banks on the phone. Would we be annoyed?
So I am very bitter about the fact that my wife hired a landscaper. As I described to you, when we bought a home, it wasn't we bought a home. One of the things I was most excited about, I probably talked about it on the radio, was buying my John Deere tractor. And I was going to cut my grass. And I have. I think you guys even joked, Craig joked back in the day that I made my father-in-law do it.
Yes.
Not true. It's not true. I did it. I did it forever. But I wasn't great for whatever reason. And my wife kept giving me warnings. And then sometimes I'd get lazy. I'd miss an assignment. The grass would grow. And I guess it was about a year ago, she said, I'm getting rid of you. You're fired. And I said, all right, here's the deal. I don't want to know anything about the landscaper. You pay him. You do. I don't want to deal with it because I'm bitter. It's like I've been dumped.
Right.
Like I don't want to hang out with your new boyfriend. Not that this is a boyfriend situation, but
I know.
I got dumped.
The closest thing you'll get to a breakup here.
So I don't know anything about my landscape. I got nothing against him. I think he does a great job. It's just, it's one of those things I don't want to know anything about. And I still have my tractor. I still look at it every once in a while. And I think what I'm going to do this year, since I very rarely cut the grass because I don't want to insult the landscaper, is I'm just going to put a hook on the back, put some corn on it, not corn, some hay on it, and I'll give my kids a hayride. That's what I think I'll do in 2026.
I think that's very nice.
Because God knows I can't cut the grass anymore.
Yeah, that's fine. Your wife's right, by the way. The landscapers always do it better than us.
They do a great job.
Yeah, they do. Because I've said the same thing.
No, I can't even deny that. It's just I enjoyed it. I'd put my headphones in. I'd listen to country music. I was like such an American.
How long did it take you to do your property?
Like 45 minutes.
Okay, that's a little different. I would be out there for like 4 hours. Sometimes I would look at it as my moments of peace, and I think that's what my wife got fed up with.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes I'd push it a little
She'd
bit.
be like on a Saturday morning, you're not going out there for 4 hours.
Where it really got bad is my kids wanted to do it with me, and then they would fight over who was on the tractor with me.
That's a whole thing.
And then it became like a new thing to argue about, and I'm like, this is frustrating.
It's not worth it.
More of your calls coming up, 888-808-1019. And today is the 3-year anniversary of our show. We'll go back to the very first show we did and see how much Shaun remembers about it. But you ever wonder why Fanatics Sportsbook is America's fastest growing sportsbook? Other sportsbooks, well, their rewards are just the same old, same old. But Fan Cash is the ultimate sports currency, and betting with Fanatics lets you stack Fan Cash. By the way, later on in the show, we're going to give you a chance to win some. How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
How about that?
With Fanatics Sportsbook, you can get up to 10% Fan Cash back on your wagers, win or lose. Use your Fan Cash to unlock the world of Fanatics with unlimited profit boosts, exclusive merch, collectibles, game tickets, and so much more. If you want value for bets, Fanatics will always have your back. Did I also mention they're giving away millions in Fan Cash this year with games like Fan Cash Drop? Tap it every Friday and see what all the fuss is about, so switch to a sportsbook that will always give you more to play with. Go check it out yourself and download the Fanatics Sportsbook app today. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 plus. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York residents, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Connecticut residents, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank.
The Yankees head to the city of brotherly love to play ball with the Phillies. 6:45 today.
That baby's gone!
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan. AM 660, 1019 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
Save smarter and enjoy more with the great CD rates offered by Flushing Bank, a division of Ocean First Bank. Whether you're planning ahead or growing your savings, now is a great time to lock in a competitive rate. Visit flushingbank.com today. Member FDIC.
If you're a small business owner, choosing the right wireless provider can make a huge difference. Trust me on this. That's why I've always and only partner with Verizon Business. Their My Biz plan makes it easy to build a wireless plan that fits the exact way you work. Period. Stop. Get the flexibility and reliability your business deserves, including built-in security or international calling. Connect with a Verizon Business rep today at verizon.com/bizfans and get started right away.
Hey Yankees fans, come out to Yankee Stadium on Thursday, August 27th when the Yankees host the Astros for a very special night in the Bronx, Seinfeld Night. The first 18,000 guests will receive a George Costanza Calzone bobblehead presented by Star. Tickets are on sale now at Yankees.com/tickets. Don't miss Seinfeld Night and the George Costanza Calzone bobblehead, Thursday, August 27th. Yankees versus Astros at Yankee Stadium.
Orgavatazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
This summer, cool down with Dunkin' Refreshers. Sip on black cherry or try the all-new pink pineapple. Or try one of their flavorful fan favorites like mango pineapple or strawberry dragon fruit. All of them are ice cold and refreshing. Dunkin' Refreshers are the perfect afternoon pick-me-up, a whole lot of flavor and very refreshing. It's a sip of summer, only at Dunkin'. Dunkin' Refreshers are fruit-flavored, contain 0 to 1% fruit juice. Terms and exclusions may apply.
Onyx, I keep having stomach issues. Please make me a doctor's appointment.
Okay, are you suffering from diarrhea, bloating, gas, or oily stools? If so, you may want to ask your doctor if it could actually be a problem with your pancreas, called exocrine pancreatic insufficiency, or EPI.
My pancreas? How is EPI treated?
A prescription medicine like Creon, pancrelipase, is used to treat people who can't digest food normally because their pancreas doesn't make enough enzymes. Creon is the #1 prescribed treatment for EPI.
Creon may increase your chance of fibrosing colonopathy, a rare bowel disorder. Tell your doctor if you have a history of intestinal blockage or scarring or thickening of your bowel wall, if you are allergic to pork, or if you have gout, kidney problems, or worsening of painful swollen joints. Call your doctor if you have any unusual or severe gastrointestinal symptoms or allergic reactions. Take Creon as directed by your doctor, and always with food. Do not chew capsules, as this may cause mouth irritation. Other side effects may include blood sugar changes, gas, dizziness, sore throat, and cough. These are not all the side effects of Creon. You can learn more at 1-800-633-9110.
Before your appointment, visit creoninfo.com. That's CREON info.com.
Tune in for the Yankees' first pitch presented by Montefiore Einstein, the official hospital of the New York Yankees.
Here's a World Soccer Championship preview.
Brought to you by Lowe's. Members get more at Lowe's. And by the first ever Infiniti QX65. Now that the world's biggest sporting event has come to a close, it's time to look ahead to the next tournament in 4 years, where it'll be jointly hosted by Spain, Portugal, and Morocco, along with special matches to celebrate the tournament centennial. One in Uruguay, home of the very first tournament, along with a match in Argentina and one in Paraguay. I'm Fernando Carlos.
Hi, I'm Patty, founder of Awesome Tex. I started with a big idea to give old clothes a new life by turning them into recycled fibers and threads. Everyone told me that this was going to be impossible, but Chase for Business believed in me. They gave me a lot of guidance from the beginning.
Get financial guidance from bankers in the New York community and convenient digital tools all in one place. Learn more at chaseforbusiness.com. Make more of what's yours. Real customers compensated. J.P. Morgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC.
Everybody knows Town Fair Tire is New England's largest name brand discount tire dealer, beating all the local competitors with our guaranteed lowest prices. And now, with over 120 stores throughout New England, we beat all the competition, including the warehouse clubs, the online sites, and the local dealers. Yes, we beat them all with the absolute guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Name brands at discount prices. Town Fair Tire.
Hi, this is New Jersey Attorney General Jen Davenport. Thinking about speeding? Think again. Don't let speeding be the reason that you or someone else doesn't make it home. Slow down and drive safely, New Jersey.
This summer, luxury comes in threes. 3 premier destinations, Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union. 3 reasons to drive Mercedes-Benz: the versatile GLC, the refined GLE, and the Ray Catena experience, where the customer always comes first. Wherever summer takes you, discover luxury SUVs built for every journey. Visit Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Catena of Freehold, and Mercedes-Benz of Union, or go to RayCatenaMercedes.com. 3 locations, triple luxury, 1 unforgettable summer.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
How do airplanes fly? What's in this box? What does this thing do?
Kids are curious about everything, including guns. Learn how to store your gun securely and make your home safer at endfamilyfire.org. Brought to you by End Family Fire, Brady, and the Ad Council.
Mostly sunny, high 82.
Weather brought to you by Capital One. Capital One offers no fees or minimums on checking accounts. What's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com/bank guide. Capital One N.A. member FDIC.
The conversation never stops on The Carton Show. Join Craig Carton and Chris McMonagle weekdays from 2 to 7. Call 888-808-1019. The WFAN phone line is powered by Paramount Plus. Paramount Plus presents the biggest summer in UFC history.
The Fan Focus is presented by Chef IQ. Watch the game, not the grill. Get your gear at chefiq.com. The time has come. We finally know where LeBron James plans on ending his career. And this Fan Focus was sponsored by Town Fair Tire. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody. Evan, give it to us.
I'm stunned. I am absolutely stunned. We all knew the final teams. We knew it was going to either be Cleveland or the Sixers or Miami or Golden State. And if you asked me to rank it in terms of likeliest, unlikeliest, I wouldn't have picked this one. But New York City, our rivalry with Philadelphia is about to get a little hotter because LeBron James is taking his talents to freaking Philly.
I don't like LeBron James.
The Philadelphia 76ers have signed LeBron James, Shams Charania, in the last 5 minutes. LeBron James is signing with the Philadelphia 76ers on a 2-year, $8 million deal with a player option. How about that?
How about that?
And I remember a few days ago, we were ranking it in terms of what we would want, what's the most entertaining. And then you also think, like, as a Knick fan, what do you don't want? I'm a Knick hater. I admit that. What would I want? So there's a lot of aspects of this. And if memory serves correct, I told you a few days ago, and I didn't predict this. I'm not bragging that. But as a hater of the Knicks, that this is what I would want because it gives me the greater chance to knock off the Knicks. I just never thought it would happen.
Yeah, first of all, I'm going to give LeBron a lot of credit here from this. Let's be honest about the other three. It's just crazy. Like, the Warriors would have been cool, but we also would have been sitting there like, all right, we're just watching all these old guys play together. Is this, like Steve Nash on the Lakers by the end of that? The Heat, I'm sorry. I was totally bored with the idea of going back to Miami. Cleveland would have been a nice story, but like we've been there, done that. LeBron actually having the stones to go, yeah, I'm going to Philadelphia, and I'm playing with Joel Embiid. I'm playing with Jaylen Brown. I'm playing with Tyrese Maxey. LeBron found a way for even people like me who were like kind of getting over the LeBron era, like we're done. I'm back in. I am fascinated by this, and I can't stand everything Philadelphia. But from a Knicks perspective, Evan, you're right, and this is why it's interesting, because two things are going to happen here. Either LeBron parachutes in at the end of the career and kind of ruins the repeat of the Knicks and goes, yeah, you guys think you're big honchos in the East. I'm back now. Or all these dopes down in Philadelphia get all excited like they're back as a basketball franchise. We're not going to be beaten down. And you fall flat on your face and this thing blows up. I look at this as the old win-win for me.
I think I said that to you the other day because we were ranking it in terms of entertainment value. And obviously, as a non-Knick fan, I was like, I think that the LeBron to Philly thing is just the win-win for the way you laid out.
Yes.
For me, at least, and for you. If it works, it stops the Knicks. If it doesn't work, it's hysterical because it's a disaster. Now, I think for the Knicks fans, and we'll hear from you, the Knicks fans out there, I don't think you're scared. I think you're very confident with the roster that you have and the team that you have and what you accomplished. And certainly the Sixers have a lot of questions. They got a lot of questions about the health of Joel Embiid. That never changes. How Jaylen Brown fits on this roster and how LeBron James fits on this roster. I think there are lots of questions on if this chemistry experiment could actually work. So the Sixers have the highest success possibility, but they also have a big boom factor now with a move like this. This is, I got to tell you, maybe I shouldn't be. Maybe this is an Evan fault. I'm stunned by this.
I am too.
I never took him going there that seriously. And he actually did it. He went to Philly. He went to that dump. He went to, and here's the thing, and you nailed it. Say what you want about LeBron James. You like him, you hate him. It doesn't even matter. You got to call it like it is. At least we have to try to call it like it is. He is putting his ass on the line. Definitely. Because if he went to Cleveland, no matter what happened, he's LeBron. He's a hero. If he goes to Miami, kind of the same thing. They won 2 championships. And if they go to Golden State, I think they're drunk off their dynasty. Whatever. It was cool to see all these guys play together. Big deal. It didn't work. You go to Philly, LeBron, it's going to go one of two ways. You are either going to be a freaking legend in that city.
Yeah.
A legend. That you delivered a championship for the city of Philadelphia, or at least you were a part of delivering a championship to the city of Philadelphia.
Dude, this core hasn't gotten it done. They'll build a statue for LeBron.
Well, Jaylen Brown, though, has also been
I understand that. They'll be then a combo statue. LeBron will be forever.
I agree, and I think Knick fans can speak on that. Like, everyone's getting a statue in Knick fans' minds right now. Mikal Bridges, Karl Anthony Towns. Sure, Jalen Brunson is the captain, but everyone has now become a legend in this town. Mikal Bridges comes back here in 25 years. He's a legend. Same with Cat. So I think Philadelphia is very similar in terms of their what's it called when you can't win a championship?
Drought.
Their drought, thank you. Their drought is 10 years shorter, but that's still a lot.
It's a long-ass time.
They're going on 44 years next year. The Knicks ended it at 53. Let's not act like it's that big of a difference. So either he goes down as this all-time Philly icon, or they're going to hate his guts. Like, there's no in-between with that city. There's no way LeBron James escapes from Philadelphia with a blah answer. It's either all or nothing. He's either an icon or he's hated. And this is the only team he could have picked that would have fit that. Because those other teams wouldn't have had that boom-bust factor, and yet he decided to go to Philadelphia.
It's crazy, man. If you would have told me in April, is there a scenario where you're actually interested in LeBron James basketball games in 2026, 2027? I was done. I'm fascinated. Like, I can't wait. Give me them on opening night on the Peacock.
I was just about to say.
They're playing the Knicks on opening night.
Sixers opening night. We got to do it.
And if you think they're not, just remember, Adam Silver himself said they couldn't even formulate a schedule until LeBron came out. You mean to tell me that they got the golden goose of him coming back east, where you're going to see a lot more games than if he was playing at 10 o'clock at night?
Sure.
And they're not going to take them, who the Sixer fans and Knicks fans hate each other, not put him in Madison Square Garden on opening night? They're playing him. And
I would think so, yeah.
And I'll give you the other one. The Knicks are playing him on Christmas Day. Those are your two trips.
Knicks Sixers is very appealing.
Yeah, very appealing. Now, where it hurts the Knicks fan, no offense. You guys got your blood the two of the last 3 years. You ain't you could if you wanted to. Going to be very hard to take over that building.
No, we said that the other day. Like, it doesn't mean you can't, because where there's a will, there's a way.
Yeah, if you pay enough, you can do anything you want. But if you're paying enough, you're ending up like there's going to be close to MSG prices with LeBron in the playoffs.
There's two things that are going to make it more challenging for the Knicks fan to ever fill up Philadelphia the way they did the last couple of years. Number one, you're right. The prices go up. LeBron's there, and the expectations go up. Even before bringing in LeBron James, they did bring in Jaylen Brown, and there were going to be different expectations towards the Sixers this upcoming year. And here's the other thing. I think after you win, there's also a little bit less desperation from the fans. The fans did a remarkable job throughout the postseason, whether it was Philly, Cleveland, or San Antonio, traveling, going on the road. Like, take our dear buddy Sal Licata. Sal did a great job. He went to San Antonio, and good for him. I don't think he's able to have the conversation with his wife this upcoming year and say, I want to do it again. Because you've already done it.
True.
You know what I mean? So I think that people in general, I'm just using him as an example because I know him and I know he did it, but people aren't going to be as willing to do it when you're trying to win a second championship as opposed to a first. But, yeah, you hit it on the head. I mean, the place is going to be packed.
It's going to be packed.
And the prices are going to be jacked. But you're right. At this point, sign us up for opening night.
You got to be.
I think the Knicks fan would want that. I mean, sure, you want to rub it into Wemby and have a finals rematch and have Wemby have to watch the banner being raised. Sure, you could do that. But Cleveland, boring. No one needs that. Boston, boring. Nobody needs that. My team, boring. Nobody would ever think of that. So it's the Sixers. It's LeBron James, Jaylen Brown, and the Sixers. And you know what this has also done? Not to say he's not important, because he's always going to be important, but Joel Embiid is kind of irrelevant.
This was a success.
Yeah, this is the opposite of Durant going to Golden State, where Curry had already won. This is like, Embiid, you couldn't do this. We need to get a real champion with you. And Brown is too.
That's what I'm saying. Like, they added two. They completely changed things.
It's so the focus not on there. Now, you got to do me something here, Evan.
I'll do whatever.
I'll pay face. I got to go Nets Sixers with you.
Nets Sixers?
Listen, don't
to
be
see LeBron James.
Time out. Just
I didn't even think about my Nets tickets.
And that's why I'm going to make the case. Knicks, go make a boatload. You said on these airwaves, you've taken your son, you've seen the LeBron thing. I actually am fascinated with this. Full disclosure, I've actually never seen LeBron James in person.
No way.
Never did. And never really cared.
You've never seen LeBron James in person?
No, it never worked out that way. And I've been to a million NBA games.
Crazy.
That being said, I'll pay face. I've been there during the darkest of games with the Cavs up by 40 at halftime. I got to get to one
I
of these
will
two
take
games.
you to see Nets Sixers, LeBron.
And I'll pay. I'm not looking for a freebie.
Here's to be the funniest part ever.
It'll be two football Sundays?
Yes.
I knew where you were going. And then in that case, I'm out. But yeah.
It's going to be 2 football Sundays, and he's going to not be able to go. Or the other factor is LeBron is in his 40s, and the Sixers are going to have championship aspirations. He may not play every game.
And that'll be so perfect.
And one of the games you definitely skip is Brooklyn.
Yeah,
you just do. I mean,
listen, that happens. It happens. I'll see Embiid. Well, actually, I won't see him either.
Who are you going to see? Jaylen Brown and VJ Edgecombe?
Yeah, VJ Edgecombe. The other part of this too, which I think is the bigger conversation, probably the more important conversation. I kind of think you're probably going to agree with this. Sixers absolutely are the biggest threat to the Knicks in the East.
Oh, I think now they are, yeah.
Like, I don't even think
now
there's a doubt. Like, if you went through every team in the East that you could possibly think of, and yeah, I know Halliburton's returning in Indiana.
No.
But this is different, man. This is Jaylen Brown, LeBron, with Embiid, with Maxey, with Edgecombe in his year two. That is as legitimate a threat as you will find to the Knicks in the East.
Look. Two things, again, can be true. As a Knicks fan, you're not worried. I think most Knicks fans are also still on the high of winning an NBA championship, so thinking about next year is probably, like, not close to your brain right now.
Yeah.
But even if you are starting to think about the year, I think there's a level of trust that you have in this core and in this roster where, no, you don't look at even the additions of LeBron and Jaylen Brown as scary to you, but You can take a step back and say they're the biggest threat. They're the number one contender, as we say in wrestling terms. Look, a part of why I believed in the Knicks for a full year, I always had them going to the finals. I never had them winning. So I'll admit where I fall short of predictions. I never had them winning a championship, but I always had them going to the NBA Finals. And a lot of it was similar to what we've said about the Yankees, that the league, or in this case the conference, was flawed and that there was no one else as good. And it turned out to be absolutely true. No offense. And the Knicks did a great job of taking advantage of it. They slaughtered everybody in their way. They turned out to be far and away the best team. But when you look at Detroit, especially with the questions around Jalen Duren and his future, and even what they've done this offseason as a roster, and you look at, well, what are they next season? You look at Boston obviously getting worse with the decision on Jaylen Brown. Yes, Indiana will get better with the return of Tyrese Halliburton, and that's certainly a bugaboo considering the success that the Pacers have had against the Knicks. And you look at Philadelphia prior to this, and you look at Miami with Giannis.
Did you mention Toronto?
Throw in Toronto, who obviously added Kawhi Leonard when they had Kawhi Leonard, because that's not official.
Brooklyn with Mikal Brown, obviously.
All right. Teams have gotten better, no doubt, and the conference feels better, but the Knicks were always going to be the favorites going into this season. The Sixers at least have they've cut the gap. Yeah. But they're a science experiment. At the end of the day, they haven't played together yet. And we know this about the basketball. You saw with the Knicks last year and the year before. It takes time to gel.
No, listen.
We can't just assume it's going to click right away, because it won't.
So I can't deny that. I completely agree with you, but I'm going to invert that conversation back to this. This goes back to also everything we were talking about with the pressure in the Knicks in the spring about the wide openness of the Eastern Conference. It is, because things could click here for Philadelphia. Imagine the Knicks had fallen short. Imagine they lost to the Spurs or Oklahoma City. We would be having a much different conversation about how the Knicks didn't take advantage of the pressure that was on them in a year where they had to get it done based on the wide open.
If they lost in any of those situations, LeBron would be a Knick right now.
So LeBron has tweeted out his decision.
Yes.
I'll read it in full. I thought I was done when the season ended. I wasn't ready to announce it. I knew I needed some time to really decide, but I was pretty sure I played my last game.
Full of crap.
I was honest at that last press conference when I said I needed to look at myself and decide if I still love this game. I still truly love this game, and I have more to give. The last few weeks have really been special. I've never been able to have no clue what to do and take real time to just think. I've had an incredible few months with all the people I love trying to figure it all out. This is my last decision. I'm not going for money. I'm not going for family. What am I really playing for at this point? I still want to sacrifice. I still want to work. I still want to grind. I still want to compete to win and to have a chance at the feeling of winning another championship. I believe I can help the Philadelphia 76ers, a championship team, and I'm so excited to energize a new fan base and start this incredible journey one last time. Thank you, LA. Miami, I'll forever love, and Northeast Ohio will always be home.
Wow. I got to tell you, I respect LeBron James. I think this was an amazing decision. Amazing in terms of it takes stones.
It does.
This is a take stones decision. Like when he went to Miami, the criticism was that's easy. He took the easy way out. And while the Sixers are loaded, no doubt about it, and they probably do fit the bill on the most loaded roster he can join, he is putting a part of his legacy on the line here. He just is. Because you go to Philly and you fail, you have another city that's going to hate you. Like, LeBron James is loved in Cleveland, even after a decision like this. He's loved in Miami. He helped them win 2 championships. And in Los Angeles, look, he'll never be as loved as Magic and Kareem and Jerry West and Kobe and Shaq. Wow, it's kind of a deep list.
Yeah.
But I think there'll be an appreciation. There was a championship, whether it was...
It's his longest continuous stop.
I know, which is crazy. I don't think he's hated in L.A. is the point. He's never going to be an all-time Laker. I think anyone who suggests otherwise is a fanboy. He's not. But fairly good job out there. There is a chance he leaves Philly as hated as anybody in Philly you could think, as Michael Irvin or J.D. Drew. And he understands that. And I think the other thing this tells you, if the Knicks didn't win an NBA title, he would 1,000% be a Knick. Because he wasn't afraid of the market or this. He's going to Philly. He basically said, I went to the roster that gives me the best chance to win. Because, let's just chase one more championship. But he also went to the place that offers the most to lose. Just like coming to New York would have offered the most to lose.
And that was also his next choice if he had not chosen the Lakers back in 2018.
The Knicks?
Yeah.
I don't know if I believe that.
Really?
I don't know if I believe that.
What do you think was the backup option?
I think it was just going back to Cleveland at that point.
I agree.
But you
we'll
know
never
what?
know.
We'll never know.
I thought at the time the Sixers were a second option.
Yeah, I remember thinking that too, but it was always tough to imagine Philly. And I hate to be a jerk about the city, but LeBron going to Philly, it just felt
listen.
like, think about the places he went outside of Cleveland. Cleveland he's from, he was drafted, very different.
Miami,
he went to
LA.
South Beach in LA.
Yeah.
Like, now he's going to freaking Philly?
Well, they have a Rocky statue there. I don't know if you've heard. Also, very in the weeds, but very funny based on what we've done on the show. I mean, the happiest people in the world right now, and they probably don't even realize it yet, are the Philadelphia Phillies. Because when they meet their inevitable end this October, as the losers they always are in October, that fan base that always hates them anyway will have a nice, soft excitement landing spot of going, LeBron's here. It's October. And then you're going to get, one less day of calls on WAP saying Brandon Marsh is a loser.
That's fair enough. Fair enough. Yeah, I think overall, and if you're just tuning in, LeBron James has selected the Philadelphia 76ers. In that statement, he did not announce his retirement, but he certainly announced that this is it. Like, it's going to be his career ending in Philadelphia, whether it's just 1 year or he exercises his player option to play next year. You know what I think that means? You know what I'm reading that option as? They win a championship, he's done. He'll leave as a champion. He'll get to do something that, Michael Jordan didn't do.
Yeah.
He left as a playoff loser. He didn't even make the playoffs with the Wizards.
True.
Sorry, I'm not a documentary that's going to ignore the 2 years in D.C. So I think if they win, he's done. And he gets to leave at that ceremony and say, I'm done. If they lose, but they're close, I think he comes back and wraps it up a year after in 28. That'd be my prediction on LeBron James with what he said and then the contract he signed. Now, you said, as Alex was reading the statement, you didn't believe he was close to retirement, even though he said he was?
No, he wasn't going to retire off that. He was coming back. He didn't do the tour. LeBron could say whatever he wants, and I'm sure there's probably like 3% of him that probably was never believed, but he wants the retirement tour.
Well, no, hold on a second.
He's not getting it if he wins.
He's not. First of all, nothing in that statement says there should be a retirement tour this year. He signed a 2-year deal. So he has eliminated the retirement tour. Do you agree with that?
Yes and no.
Well, there's also a player option as well. I mean, he's also basically just said that Miami and Golden State are not title contenders.
Yeah, he said that. And Cleveland.
Cleveland.
He said about all three of them.
To the point.
I agree.
If you have the Philadelphia 76ers circle in the schedule, you are approaching that as if it's your last opportunity to see LeBron James.
No, that's fans could do what they want. I'm telling you, teams are not bringing out the gifts for LeBron.
Okay.
This is not a retirement tour. I'm sorry. I know that we all think LeBron wants one, and maybe he will get one next year, but not this year, not based on that statement, not based on that contract. And if I'm right that the Sixers win and then he retires, then all y'all are wrong. He didn't want a retirement tour, or at least he didn't do it. We can admit when we're wrong. It's okay. You're allowed to.
Point is, nobody watched basketball last year thinking, including LeBron, that was it for.
Okay, so what about this year? You're saying
I think it could be. I will approach this year as if it's the last year of LeBron James' career. I never thought that last year, nor do I think LeBron thought that.
That's totally fine. I'm just saying
And
that
LeBron declared in that statement, this is his last stop.
It's his last stop, but he signed a 2-year deal.
Okay.
He's not getting a retirement tour. I mean, no team should give him a retirement tour now. He didn't announce his retirement. He announced this is the last team he's going to be on, but he also signed a 2-year contract.
You think a Knick fan will be bothered when every weekend and Saturday night at ABC, it's a Sixer game, not a Knick game?
Yeah. I don't know. Do we care how many? First of all, the Knicks are still going to get a crazy amount of primetime games.
No doubt, but when looking at that Eastern Conference schedule on those weekends, when you're expecting those big moments, they're yielding to the 76ers first before the Knicks.
I'll ask Craig that. Though Craig made me laugh yesterday because he was bitching about, I know he hates LeBron, but it made me laugh. He's bitching how LeBron's holding up the schedule, and he just wants the schedule to come out. And I'm thinking to myself, do you know when the schedule normally comes out? It does not come out in July. It comes out in the second week of August.
It used to come out in July.
When? Not in the last 5 years. It hasn't.
Say, for a long time growing up, it was always July.
I'm not saying it wasn't ever. I'm saying this is
Adam Silver's world. It's come out in August.
last 5 years, and the only reason I know this, because otherwise, why would I remember when the schedule comes out? Is because I'm weirdly excited about the schedule because I'm a season ticket holder for multiple teams, and I want the schedule, and it's always like August 10th.
Yeah.
So unless it's being pushed 3 weeks, it was never delayed. It was just Adam Silver said it may be delayed.
Look, Adam Silver, just do me one favor. Don't put the Sixers in the Nets grouping for the midseason tournament.
They've already announced the midseason tournament.
Did they really?
Yeah, go Google it. You'll see it yourself. I have no idea what bracket anybody's in. I just know they've already announced that.
What? How can you announce that without the schedule?
Stop arguing with me. Just go Google it.
Now I got to argue something I barely cared about to begin with, but I cared enough to open up the mic.
We'll get to some of your calls coming up. LeBron James is now a member of the Philadelphia 76ers. We'll also play some show history trivia with Shaun Morash at 808-1019. That is the toll-free number as we hang out with you on this beautiful summer Friday. Our friends at Town Fair Tire remind you, at Town Fair Tire, you always get the guaranteed lowest price on name brand tires from Connecticut to Maine. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
This is an Odyssey Sports Minute.
Kevin O'Connor of Yahoo Sports reporting that LeBron James delaying his free agent decision because he's waiting to see if a team could potentially trade for Anthony Davis or Kyrie Irving. The problem? The Wizards don't want to trade AD and the Mavs don't want to trade Kyrie Irving. My daughter would love to do nothing but eat cheese and ice cream all day, but we can't always get what we want. Not even the king, LeBron James. I'm Nick Costos.
Hey, Metro New York. Ready for real savings? Switch to Allstate today. Because drivers who switched saved an average of $713 on their auto insurance. So, what are you waiting for? Check Allstate first for an auto insurance quote today. You're in good hands with Allstate. Based on the national average annual savings for new customers surveyed in 2024, savings vary, subject to terms and availability.
This is the story of the one. The one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
John Montone. Right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Leased for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Leased for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax, title, registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
For 100 years, London Jewelers has been part of life's most meaningful moments, from engagements and anniversaries to milestones, big and small. We've helped mark the moments that matter the most to our customers. Generations of families have trusted London Jewelers for exceptional craftsmanship, timeless design, and service that lasts a lifetime. As we celebrate a century of excellence, we thank you for being part of our story, and we look forward to the moments still to come. We invite you to visit London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations. London Jewelers, celebrating 100 years of brilliance.
Zona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Life can change suddenly without any warning whatsoever. When you're sidelined due to a debilitating personal injury, it's crucial to have a trusted team on your side. The Rothenberg Law Firm has over 50 years of spectacular courtroom experience, ensuring that you're not facing those obstacles alone. Winning and collecting billions for our clients, we are committed to helping you recover whatever you deserve. The Rothenberg Law Firm, 1-800-624-8888.
Be a lawyer for injured ones. InjuryLawyer.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run, because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Back to school starts now.
Get long-lasting battery life on the Dell XPS laptop powered by Series 3 Intel Core so you can work from anywhere. Now starting at $699 with exclusive student pricing starting at $599. Complete your setup with savings on select monitors and must-have electronics and accessories. Limited time deals and free shipping on PCs and more await you at Dell.com/deals. That's Dell.com/deals.
You're still glowing, flirting, grooving. You've still got it. But your immune system weakens as you age, making it harder to fight illnesses like pneumococcal pneumonia and RSV. Vaccines are a key part of any health routine and can help protect you from getting really sick. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. See more at PfizerForAll.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Spreadsheets, clunky software, 100 different logins just to run your business? Ah.
There's a better way. Odoo. One simple, connected platform that handles sales, inventory, accounting, and more. So you can focus on growing, not juggling. Make the switch today at odoo.com. That's ODOO.com.
I scream. You scream. We all scream. Because Wendy's famous small classic Frosty is just $1 for a limited time. More screaming, happy screaming, summer screaming, dollar small classic Frosty screaming! But please don't scream in the drive-thru. It hurts the employees' ears. Get a $1 small classic Frosty for a limited time, only at Wendy's.
U.S. price and participation may vary. A la carte only, not valid for delivery. Limit 10 per transaction. Price may be higher in Alaska and Hawaii.
For all station contest rules, go to WFAN.com/rules.
Talk sports after hours with Tommy Lugauer, 7 to midnight. WFAN, WFAN FM, WFAN FM HD1 New York, and Odyssey Sports Station.
12 noon here on this Friday, July 24th. It took LeBron James a couple of weeks, but he has made a decision. A 2-year contract with the Philadelphia 76ers, which he has confirmed on his social media account. He is not announcing his retirement. The only thing he announced is that this is his final stop. So this contract is probably his final contract. Is it only 1 year in Philly? Is it 2 years in Philly? We shall see. But ladies and gentlemen, the war between New York and Philadelphia has gotten hot. Because this Knicks-Sixers rivalry hasn't really been a rivalry. It's been a hammer and a nail. It's been the Knicks nailing the city. As Josh Hart said, Philadelphia no longer a sports town after what the Knicks and their fans did to that city a few months ago. And obviously 2 years earlier, same thing, beating them in the postseason and taking over their building. But even then, the Sixer fans never believed. They never really believed in that team. They didn't even like that team. But this offseason, in trying to stop the defending NBA champion New York Knicks, they went out and traded for a finals MVP, Jaylen Brown, and now they have added LeBron James. And so if you are a Knicks fan, you should still be confident. You are still the favorites. But boy, oh boy, do you have a sexy enemy. The Sixers. Philadelphia. That big, giant, injury stiff Joel Embiid.
This was a success.
Jaylen Brown, who don't even like you. Jaylen Brown has publicly ripped the Knicks many times. And now LeBron James. I got to admit, and I say this just as a basketball fan, this is awesome.
No, it's a lot of fun. And it dawned on me in another break, there's another big fat loser here, too. And that's the Boston Celtics. Because you foobarred this whole Jaylen Brown thing thinking you were getting Giannis.
He was never going to Boston, LeBron, by the way. Is that your pivot?
No.
Okay.
But you then, because you screwed that all up, Giannis ends up in Miami. Jaylen Brown's ticked off. You have to go to the next best suitor. You trade him in division. That matters to Philadelphia. I don't know that LeBron's choosing Philly if Jaylen Brown's not
He's
here.
not. No, I'll help you out there. You're right. From that perspective, the Celtics created this.
And, of course, we don't know how this works out, right? Boom, bust. We all understand that. But the idea that this could work out and that Philadelphia now is, you stare at that starting five on paper, you go, boy, you missed out on Giannis. By that, you pissed off your number 2 star. Now, he's in Philadelphia, made LeBron more attractive. you could turn around and basically help hand Philadelphia a championship.
No,
now?
I agree. I think that's a fair point. Though I did realize that when Shaun said before that LeBron to Philly is a win-win situation, that he stole my opinion from 3 days ago.
Oh, God.
Take a listen. This was July 21st here on Evan and Tiki.
But him going to Philly is the ultimate win-win for me personally, and I'll tell you why. If the Sixers collapse and LeBron becomes the enemy of Philadelphia, we'll all laugh. You know, we'll cook the marshmallows, we'll watch it burn, we'll crack up, it'll be funny.
Actual
hilarious.
marshmallows. Actual marshmallows.
Actually, not my dog marshmallow. Marshmallows, right? It'll be the funnest, most enjoyable thing you can imagine. But let's say it works. Well, if it works, then F the Knicks.
Yeah.
Crazy.
By the way, speaking of predictions and things we've said here on the air, I want to take you all the way back to May, because this is when we did this here on Evan and Tiki. We predicted LeBron James's next destination. This was May 12th. Now, keep in mind, nothing had been announced. Like, it wasn't announced that he was leaving the Los Angeles Lakers. So the Lakers were still in play. This was May 12th after the Lakers, I think, had been eliminated. And we went around the room and predicted where LeBron James would play basketball in 2026. This is the moment to check out how we did.
Okay.
Again, I always say we can make predictions on the air. If you don't check in how you did, then you were just wasting time on the air. People want to know if you were right or wrong. So are you ready?
I'm very ready.
Let's start off with me, because I do remember what I said, and I was wrong. Take a listen. I'm taking the easy way out. I think he stays in L.A. I think he's got so much going on there in Hollywood. I think he's just comfortable there. Unfortunately for LeBron, you won't be teammates with Austin Reeves anymore because he's coming to Brooklyn. Oh, my God. How many wrong things could I say in one sentence? Jeez.
You're wrong.
Yeah. Got that one. Got a few things wrong on that.
I don't know what the fuck you're talking about.
So I'm 0 for 1.
Okay.
You want to check in on Tiki Barber?
Yes.
Tiki Barber, on May 12th, where's LeBron going? For the record, LeBron James is not retiring.
I don't think he's retired.
And LeBron James will play for what team?
I'm going to officially say Cleveland.
Officially say Cleveland.
I mean, they were in the mix.
I mean, I thought they were going to get it right, honestly. I thought since he announced the no LA thing, or the Lakers announced it because it was kind of one of those dumpings, but then it was labeled a mutual breakup. I agreed. I went to Tiki and said, he's going back to Cleveland. Like, this is a waste of time. I even mentioned that comment. Like, why are we waiting for this? We know he's going to Cleveland. So far, Tiki closest to the pin. Before we play, do you remember what you said?
I think I said Cleveland.
Ladies and gentlemen, Shaun Morash. So you say he's not retiring. Where does he end up?
Clippers.
The Clippers.
Here, he stays out in L.A. I think things are weird now. I think he knows that this is Luka's team, and he's just going to get out of the way, but he doesn't want to uproot anything, and he's out there to be in Hollywood.
When?
I think he just has a very nondescript farewell with the Clippers. Well, how stupid was that? When was this?
May 12th.
Okay, never mind. Because after the finals, I made the prediction that it would be Cavs-Lakers in the finals with LeBron on the Cavs.
Here's the thing about predictions that are always fun. It's always about the timing of when you do it,
oh
right?
my God, the Clippers.
Obviously, we could have done this LeBron game 3 weeks ago, and everyone would have picked between the 4 rumored teams.
Yeah.
We did this at the very beginning of the process, which was before there was even a breakup, hence why I said the Lakers and you said the Clippers. I would say you lost that game.
Yeah.
I was closer to the pin than you were.
Yeah. I guess looking back, my mindset made sense, but it was never the reality.
Let's go to Sal in Keyport. What's up, Sal?
Hey, guys. Happy summer to everybody.
Happy summer. What's up, man?
Last week, watching Fox 5, Ryan Christopher was at the Fan Fanatic Fest thing. He's interviewing 2 11-year-old kids with Philly shirts on. The kid goes, I was going to wear my Sixers shirt, but I was afraid to get beat up. That's what he said.
Right.
So he had his regular baseball jersey on. He said that his friend's sister found out that LeBron's daughter was signed up for a volleyball school in Philly. He broke the news first. This 11-year-old kid, he had a Kool-Aid smile on.
Wow.
It was unbelievable.
Well, what's crazy about this, Sal, is over the last few weeks, there have been things that you didn't want to jump to the conclusions on. Like, remember the YouTube leak by the Miami Heat a few days ago?
Yes.
Or even LeBron's public comment when he said, you got to trust the process. Remember that whole thing?
Yep.
And then everyone laughed, and he's like, oh, it's not what I meant. Well, maybe it is what he meant. And maybe you're right that those kids heard that LeBron's daughter was doing this. But then we also heard his kids were going back to Akron. Like, there are so many things at the time that you hear and you just throw it away. And then once you get the results, you can look back on it and say, maybe that was right.
With all due respect, to those kids.
You're going to rip the kids now?
I'm not going to rip the kids because I'm sure they heard. I don't think the kid lied. I think he heard what he heard. I think somebody made that up to the kid because, Evan, you and I are not LeBron James, but we're both dads. LeBron is living out in L.A. We have still a ways to go before he even has to, find a condo in Philly for the year being. I'm sure he's not going to sell the house in L.A. The idea that the first thing the James family was going to do was go, let's make sure we could sign our daughter up for recreational volleyball.
You think that's not realistic?
No! No, matter of fact, I don't even think volleyball signups are open yet.
I also think,
And if you were late to the signups, I think you call the coach and go, it's LeBron here. I'm moving. Can you squeeze my daughter in?
Can you make a little bit of an adjustment for me?
What an asinine thing to believe.
Also, does LeBron have to move his family to Jersey, to South Jersey? He doesn't have to.
Oh, you don't think there's a nice home for him waiting in Camden?
No, I mean, he can get himself a really, really nice apartment. Yeah. And he stays there, obviously, on homestands.
Sure.
But for the most part, they're traveling during an NBA season. And he's probably going to visit his family on the West Coast. I'm in L.A. Wherever he wants to live permanently should just be where he lives.
And doesn't his wife want to be near her son, Bronny?
Yeah, where's his son, Bronny, going to play?
Wherever L.A.'s G League team is.
He's not going to end up somewhere else?
No. Also, I do have one other Nick tie-in that hit me. Do you think Joel Embiid is staying healthy?
No.
Okay. Do you like the other start? Do you think the Sixers with the four constituted could be a threat without Embiid now? Brown.
Yeah. I think one of the beauties if you're a Sixer fan is you no longer have to rely on the health of Joel Embiid. You no longer have to go into postseasons and say, if Joel is healthy, I can see a way in which they're very good without Joel Embiid. In fact, based on spacing and matchups and the way you want to play guys, you can make a case maybe they're better off without the slow plotting Joel Embiid.
And they also have Simons.
That's right. They brought in Anthony Simons. I forgot about that.
That's true, too.
They made moves this offseason. They did lose Kelly Oubre.
Okay, but hold on.
We're thinking about the
Dean
depth
Wade,
charts.
I guess.
Before
They added
anybody
Dean
finishes,
Wade.
can I get my point in?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
If Embiid is out, who's the Sixers center?
Oh, yeah. Didn't they sign, what's his name?
Ariel Huckporty.
They signed Ariel Huckporty.
All right, either way. Huckporty could be playing serious minutes versus the Knicks.
They got Bona, who's going to be stiff competition for Huckporty.
I like what you did there.
Maybe LeBron at the 5.
Baby?
Yeah.
By the way,
my way to wedge Huckporty being relevant.
I understand. Look, the Sixers are a threat. You don't have to think that they're better than you because I still would pick the Knicks. If you're asking me right now, I'd still pick them because I think that continuity matters. I really do. And unfortunately, because LeBron's in his 40s, it's not like they have a lot of time. It's like he's going to be there forever. But I do think continuity matters. I think there's going to be a lot of discussions early in the year about the fit and guys learning how to play together because it really is a new roster when you think about the guys. Think about the guys that are playing together.
Ultimately, this is obviously a massive story, and we're just projecting right now. They could be the biggest threat to the Knicks. They probably are, yada, yada, yada. But let's fast forward 15 years, Evan.
Mm-hmm.
When you're out at the beach in North Carolina with that home.
Okay.
Will spotting a LeBron Sixers jersey be like spotting a Shaq Celtics jersey?
It all depends on what happens.
I'm just asking you what you think. Obviously, it all depends on what happens.
Yeah, I mean, LeBron, and this is why no matter what you think of him, and it is okay to hate LeBron James. I try not to be a person whose opinions are already based on what I think of the person. I'm just going to tell you how I feel about the situation. LeBron James picking the Sixers showed a lot of stones. I really do. I think it said a lot about him. He did not take the easy way out. He is in a spot in which he's either going to be absolutely hated in one city or beloved. He took a major gamble right now. He did. That's the reality. You can hate him all you want. This is the opposite of going to South Beach. I know the Sixers are good and it gives them the best chance to win. Yes, I get that part. But there's certainly no guarantee to win. They're not the favorites in my books, though I'll check the betting odds real soon just to see if the Vegas odds disagree with me. They may. They did all last year. But he's putting his ass in the jackpot, to quote that umpire.
No, didn't Terry say ass in the jackpot?
No, it was the umpire. Was it Tom Hallion?
I thought Terry Collins said, my ass is in the jackpot.
No, the umpire said that. He said, you're putting my ass in the jackpot, Terry. It's in the jackpot, Terry.
Oh, okay. Now I don't know.
So he put his own ass in the jackpot. So what was your question again?
I forgot.
How will he be viewed? It will blow up. And I think that the LeBron jersey will be similar to Shaq in Boston. If you want if I had to pick between the two, first of all, I give him a shot. And if I'm the Sixers, no regrets, I would have done this too. So eyes wide open. But it is likelier to fail than not fail. The only caveat The only caveat, and this is a tough one, and I wonder how Knicks fans would have handled this. The Sixers haven't been to a conference finals since Allen Iverson, okay? They haven't been to an Eastern Conference final since 2001. Conference finals. If the Sixers get to, let's say, the conference finals, or dare I say the NBA finals, but lose, would that fan base not look at it as an all-time disaster, but say, look, we didn't get the ultimate goal, but we did get to our first finals in 26 years. It wasn't the worst thing.
Honestly, I can't answer that, but you got to figure, because it's been such a disappointment in the Embiid era, and knowing LeBron is here short term, maybe not, because you know what? LeBron could teach them the way to get to a finals. He ends up retiring. Jaylen Brown's still sticking around. You might feel good about, like, hey, we finally learned how to win. Now we could close it out. We didn't need LeBron to close it out. You might not think the window's over even if LeBron's done.
Well, I think about it on my end, and it's not the same. I understand this. If Aaron Rodgers had led the Jets to a Super Bowl, but they lost,
good call. Okay.
I was gonna love him. I wasn't gonna look back and say what a disaster. I'd been disappointed that we didn't win, but I certainly wouldn't go back and hate the guy.
Yeah.
So I think that's something for Philadelphia to decide, like how they feel about it. But I kind of have a feeling. I was about to call you Tiki. I have this kind of feeling, Shaun. It is either going to be a championship or an unmitigated disaster. Like, it's going to be... It's either going to be great...
Blowing and sucking.
Or it's going to be horrible.
I mean, we've seen that plenty in sports.
No, I know. Let's go to Rob in Connecticut. Hey, Rob.
Hey, guys. Thanks for having me on. First off, I think it's championship or bust. The reality is, even if he's 42 years old, he's joining a team that eventually will have 4 All-Stars as starters. Edgecombe will be an All-Star one day.
Yep.
But do we really think this team can win a championship when you have a 4 and 5 who can't guard a high schooler anymore? I mean, LeBron's 42. He's 42 years old. I don't expect him to guard guys the way he used to. And Embiid can't run up and down the court. And the reality is, when there's 5 minutes left in an Eastern Conference Finals, both of them will be on the court. The reason the Knicks won a championship this year was because Karl Anthony Towns unlocked a new level defensively.
Yep.
You're not getting that from a 4 and 5. If it was a point guard and a 5 who couldn't guard, maybe your shooting guard and a power forward could make up for it. But you have a 4 and 5 who are going to get abused defensively. There is not a chance.
Unless, Robin, that's why
wins a ring.
I wouldn't say no chance. I agree with your questions about the roster. No chance, a little too far. Unless, and I hinted at this earlier, they are better off when Joel Embiid is not on the floor. And you do get LeBron, I think you said it, Alex, at the 5, and you're a little bit more athletic. There's a lot of ways you can do it, but there's a bigger thing going on right now. Much bigger thing, even if we don't care about it. The day after the election, the presidential election, me and Tiki made our long-term predictions on who the candidates would be in 2028. This is a big moment for the guy I predicted on the Democratic side, because Josh Shapiro, the governor of Pennsylvania, is being held responsible for convincing LeBron James to pick the Sixers.
Is that right?
The governor ran into LeBron recently and apparently made a very strong pitch to James about joining the Sixers. Now, you may say, great, give Josh Shapiro credit. And the governor's already come out with a statement, a proclamation by the governor, where today is LeBron James Day in the city of brotherly love. So you know this governor, who is clearly running for president, is taking some bows. Here's the problem, Mr. Governor. Your ass is in the jackpot, too. Because if this doesn't work out, you're going to lose a lot of votes.
Yeah. Or did he promise LeBron a vice presidency?
You think so? Maybe he did. Maybe that was a part of the deal.
Oh, wait, what?
I'll put you on the ticket.
Okay, this is a...
But my point is, this is great for his campaign today,
but
it may not be great in a year when the campaigning begins. Because believe it or not, the campaigning is actually going to start like as soon as the midterms are over.
Oh, I'm sure it will.
Get ready.
This is a very Evan Roberts question, but this is maybe the product of working until 3 years, as a matter of fact, which we'll get to.
An Evan Roberts question. What about Josh Shapiro? You have no idea who he is, don't you?
I do know who Josh Shapiro is.
Oh, do you?
Yeah, but only because you guys talked about him already, and then I remember.
Because we have a nickname for him that I'm not sure I'm allowed to say.
I forgot the nickname.
Nah,
so let's move
I
on.
like Josh. He's a good dude. What's up?
There are Knick fans that are going to be flooding that Philadelphia sports complex tonight.
Yeah.
Are we getting LeBron sucks chance at Citizens Bank tonight from Yankee
crap,
fans?
I forgot Yankees-Phillies tonight.
Yankees-Phillies
Yankee fans, listen to me.
I told you this is an Evan Roberts question.
That's so up my alley. I don't know if you guys are on your way yet, and I think Yankee fans will show up. I think there'll be a decent amount of Yankee fans. It's not often you get to go to the bank. It's only once every 2 years because of interleague play. Oh, I think you got to make it your mission. I think if you're a Yankee fan tonight, and I acknowledge, even though I'm a Net fan, most of New York, if not all of New York, you are Knicks fans. I get it. I understand it. I know my place in the world. If you're invading the bank tonight, you got to go in. You got to go in. And I don't think it's MVP because that could confuse people. They'll think you're talking about, I don't know, somebody else. It isn't even Let's Go Knicks. I think you go anti-LeBron tonight. I think you have to. I think it is your mission if you're a Yankee Knicks fan to attack tonight at Citizens Bank Park.
I agree. I think you have to.
And I think the other thing you do, I can't believe I'm saying this. I think you eschew the Aaron Judge jersey. I think you wear your Jalen's tonight. I think you attack. I think you invade the bank with Knicks jerseys. You know why? See, I'm being fair. You have to give those Philly fans some PTSD. You got to remind them about what it was like a few months ago. You got to send a message. I think if you're a Yankee fan in the car right now, turn that car back around and get your Knicks stuff and put it on.
Something tells me that
totally my alley.
Probably was already the plan for some Knicks fans before this decision.
You think so?
I'm sure there were going to be Brunson jerseys in the house then. I'm sure there were. But yeah, I agree with you. I knew this was an
I forgot. I wrote down. We got Mets, Dodgers, Yankees.
Invasion. It's a New York invasion of Philly tonight.
I forgot.
Can you believe that though? All this LeBron going to Philly just to beat Julius Randle.
You're funny.
Good line, Alex.
Very good line. We have a Cinco de Luncho coming up in a little bit. More of your calls at 888-808-1019. I did not forget. We'll find out how much Shaun knows about the history of the radio show he is actually on. So that's coming up. I'm looking forward to that. Well, it's Evan and Tiki with Shaun Morash. Ever wonder why Fanatics Sportsbook is America's fastest-growing sportsbook? Other sportsbooks, well, their rewards are just the same old, same old. But FanCash is the ultimate sports currency, and betting with Fanatics lets you stack FanCash. With Fanatics Sportsbook, you get up to 10% FanCash back on your wagers. Win or lose, use your FanCash to unlock the world of Fanatics with unlimited profit boosts, exclusive merch, collectibles, game tickets, and so much more. If you want value for bets, Fanatics will always have your back. Did I also mention they're giving away millions in FanCash this year with games like FanCash Drop? Tap in every Friday and see what all the fuss is about. So switch to a sportsbook that will always give you more to play with. Go check it out yourself and download the Fanatics Sportsbook app today. Winning hits different here. Must be 21 or over. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. New York residents, call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. Connecticut residents, call 888-789-7777 or visit ccpg.org. And FanCash Fridays are indeed powered by Fanatics Sportsbook, America's fastest growing sportsbook. We'll take the 10th caller at 866-540-WFAN, 866-540-9326. Your chance to win $100 in FanCash from Fanatics Sportsbook every Friday. Winning hits different here.
And this portion of the program is sponsored by your local Mazda dealer.
The Yankees head to the city of brotherly love to play ball with the Phillies. 6:45 today.
That baby's gone!
The home of Yankees baseball is The Fan, AM 660, 1019 FM, and available en Espanol on the free Odyssey app.
Looking for peace of mind in selecting your next SUV? Mazda is named the safest new car brand by Consumer Reports. That means confidence for every drive, all at a value that might surprise you. Visit your local Mazda dealer for great offers during Mazda's More to Move You sales event.
Hey, Boomer Esiason here. You know, in the game, you always need a backup plan, and your phone is no different. A second line from Red Pocket Mobile is perfect for side gigs, keeping your work and personal numbers separate, and just staying connected without the big carrier price tag. Starting at just $10 a month, you get your choice of 3 major 5G networks with no contracts or credit checks. Red Pocket Mobile, your new ultimate cell carrier.
Hi, I'm John D'Agostino from D'Agostino & Associates, the injury firm. You know what's interesting about the words personal injury? The first word is person. And at D'Agostino & Associates, that word means everything. That's because I handpick every person in our firm, from the pleasant professional person who answers your call to the experienced person litigating your case in court. Because every person in my firm is an extension of me, and the only way to exceed our clients' expectations is to deliver the highest level of personal service every single time. And that starts with hiring the right people. You see, we know that every client is a person too. Someone going through the toughest time in their lives and deserves to be more than just a file number. At D'Agostino & Associates, we put the person back in personal injury. So call 1-800-BITE-BACK. That's 1-800-248-3222 and ask for me, John D'Agostino. And let's talk about your case, person to person. D'Agostino Law. Bite back.
Town Fair Tire honors any valid rebates, manufacturers or competitors' rebates. Yes, even any competitors' rebates. And we give you the guaranteed lowest price. Nobody beats Town Fair Tire. Nobody.
Town Fair Tire.
Listen to MLB Insider Calls on WFAN all season long. Presented by Grainger. For the ones who get it done, Grainger offers the professional-grade products you need, delivered when and where you need them. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by.
Orgavattazona? Is that a word? In the 2026 Kia Sportage Turbo Hybrid, it might as well be, because it can be one road trip. It's all about turbocharged power and hybrid efficiency working together, so you get the thrill of quick acceleration and the satisfaction of fuel efficiency. Book a test drive and keep the adventure going. Kia, movement that inspires.
Call 800-3334-KIA for details. Always drive safely.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Some things can steal your sunshine.
Ugh, I just got my hair done.
Sorry, the cooler's broken.
Anyone see my flip-flops? Anyone?
But COVID-19 can steal a lot more.
I just took a COVID test. Ugh.
Prescription medications for COVID exist. If you test positive this summer, ask your doctor if they're right for you. Visit PfizerForAll.com/COVID-19 to learn more. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Come visit the engagement experts at London Jewelers at any one of their 6 locations.
John Montone. Right now at Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram, we have a full lineup of new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokees.
Todd, I'm digging the refreshed look, new tech features, and that powerful new engine.
And during the Make This a Summer event happening at Ramsey, let your summer thrills begin with a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee Laredo Altitude 4x4. Lease for $379 a month for 36 months.
Or drive off in a new 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee L Limited 4x4. Lease for just $399 a month for 36 months.
Both offers with just $48.88 due at signing and 0% APR financing for 36 months.
So head to Ramsey and make this the summer before these deals fall away. Ramsey Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram.
Exceptional people, exceptional deals.
Call 833-853-2969 for details. Tax title registration extra. $0 security deposit. VIN number TC258760 and T8564639. 0% APR at $27.78 per month for $1,000 finance. Ends 8/3/26.
BetMGM Sportsbook is giving you the chance to win a prize every day during baseball season. Step into the batter's box for BetMGM's Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Log in every day for your chance to win. Pick an area of the strike zone and take your swing. If you get a hit, you'll receive a prize. Smash a home run to collect a bonus bet. Just log into your BetMGM Sportsbook account and visit your promotions section to access the Swing for the Fences free-to-play game. Swing for the fences every day with BetMGM. BetMGM and GameSense remind you to play responsibly. Gambling problem? Call 877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY 467-369. See BetMGM.com for terms. 21 plus years of age or older to wager and physically present in New York only. Existing customer offer. Subject to eligibility requirements. Bonus bets expire in 7 days.
Right now, you can grab a full breakfast at Dunkin' for $6. That's 2 wake-up wrap sandwiches and a medium hot or iced coffee, all for $6. It's quick, easy, and it covers your whole morning all in one stop. Did I mention it's filling and delicious? It's a full breakfast, it's a great value, and it just makes mornings easier. So next time you're at Dunkin', don't overthink it. Order the Dunkin' $6 meal deal. No substitutions, participations and times may vary. Offer prices varies in California and Hawaii. Limited time offer. Cannot be combined with other offers. Exclusions and terms apply.
When you own your own business, you need to keep things moving. Need to book a last-minute flight? Earn a $300 travel credit to cover that. Need to take a meeting before takeoff? Do it from the comfort of the Chase Sapphire Lounge by the club. Need to catch your breath before you board? Done. Chase Sapphire Reserve for Business, the business card that gives back all you put in. Visit chase.com/reserve business to learn more. Cards issued by JPMorgan Chase Bank, N.A. member FDIC, subject to credit approval. Terms apply.
This summer, luxury comes in threes. 3 premier destinations: Mercedes-Benz of Edison, Ray Katina